Seahawks news this morning. Seattle has inked edge Derek Hall to a 3-year, $42 million extension. That comes after more good news for Seattle because the Mariners won yesterday, extending their winning streak to 7 games. This after sweeping the Diamondbacks. They walked it off in their series opener against the Mets. It was another strong outing for Emerson Hancock, who gave up just 2 runs on 2 hits.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Look, from experience, I know that when you get breaking news, especially massive breaking news, you have that immediate kind of emotional reaction, or let's say that you're a Seahawks fan, you're thinking of your team and going, what does this mean? And then you go on and you talk about, well, how much money? What's it mean? What did the Rams give up for Myles to trade for Myles Garrett? And then 24 hours later, you start realizing that you have like a million follow-up questions that feel so much more important. And so that's where we are today. I'm happy to jump back on with you guys. Did you guys miss me?
So much.
Are you shocked at all that I am beginning the show by asking about myself?
No, that's what we predicted, actually.
Thank you.
We predicted that.
I did tune in. I want to let you guys know I got Wi-Fi on the plane because I got it like that. And I tuned in to stream the video of the Myles Garrett news. I was livid, and I saw Curtis's face, though. It was really fun to see Curtis just before he broke the news. Look at his Apple Watch. Your Apple Watch, right?
That's right.
I looked down and I saw you.
I'm
Was
not
it me?
that poor.
Was it because I texted you, or did you get the Adam Schefter?
So I got
Tell
like
me it was
multiple
me.
notifications at one time. I did see your one-word reaction that I can't say on the air, but I got multiple notifications at the same time. But Bump was on a roll. He was
Yes.
on a train of
He was
thought that I
cooking.
was not going to let him stop. So I was like, all right, when he takes a breath,
Yes.
then I'll jump in.
So I saw Curtis's face look very shocked, and then he announces the breaking news that the Rams have acquired Myles Garrett. And, you know, then I couldn't connect to the show. So I'm sure that you guys went on to talk about a lot of the immediate questions that everyone around the NFL had. But now we're going to talk about some of our burning questions following this trade, specifically when it comes to the Seahawks. And the first one I had, Bump, is like, well, what did the Seahawks do? What's your counterpunch? Well, what now? What do you do? That's what I was wondering. Do you think there is a counter move? Do they need to have one, Seattle?
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's like, oh, my God, if they don't make a move, they don't have a chance to win the division or win a
Sure, of
championship.
course.
No, I don't think that. I think the natural reaction is to want these guys to make a move. But if you listen to Coach McDonald, when asked about it, he says, I really don't care, bro. I don't care. Now, I think he cares. I think that he pays attention to what's going on. But that response alone lets you know that they're not frantically moving around. I think if anyone's looking to make a move, it's going to be John Schneider. I think that they've already been looking to make moves. I think he's always looking to make a move. I think that they probably hit up the Browns and just asked around about Myles Garrett. The Rams weren't the only one who were doing it. I think the Rams just put together a package that Cleveland liked. So do they need to make a move? No, they don't need to make a move. Would people like them to make a move? I'm sure the majority of people listening would love for them to make a move.
Yeah, I think that I got a few texts from you guys. The Wi-Fi was like in and out. I was on the plane. I was looking around frantically, like, who can I tell? Who can I break this news to? It's so unfair that Curtis and Bump get to break this news and talk about it. Do I turn to the guy next to me?
Breaking sports news on a plane is a tough spot to be in because you don't know if the person next to you is a sports fan, first off. And if you tell them the news and they're not a sports fan, they look at you like you're crazy.
Well, this is what I did know. The woman next to me, probably not a sports fan. The guy that was sitting next to my friend, so me and one of my friends who I was with had aisle seats, and then the guy sitting next to him was gossiping about the Mariners. And
so that's your tell right there.
I was like,
he might know who this is.
I want to break this news to him, but I didn't want to yell across the aisle. I felt it was probably inappropriate. Hey, did you see this? Did you get a Schefter notification? But I was listening to you guys for a little bit, and just long enough to hear Curtis remind all of us that the two teams don't face until December. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I guess it's an immediate thing.
This is a Christmas Day problem.
It's
not our problem.
This is a later in 2020. This is a Michael Bumpus birthday problem. This isn't one we have to think about right now. But given that, one thing I did not consider yesterday that I am thinking about right now is that there's a whole trade deadline A whole NFL trade deadline will come and go before you even have to face the Rams. So my gut reaction was like, do you do something in free agency? Do you make a trade? But it's like, well, wait a minute. Bump, John Schneider's knocked it out of the park at the trade deadline.
There's so much time to see how this thing unfolds, right? There's so much time to see if Matthew Stafford is healthy enough to make it through the season. There's time to see if Myles Garrett makes it through the season. It's time to see if anyone else on this defense makes it or offense makes it. If this were like a game, a week 2, week 3 type of deal, then I wouldn't be concerned, but I'd be a bit more anxious. But because in a football season, we know how this thing goes, man. Guys get banged up, teams underperform, teams overperform. Like, the story isn't written with the Rams yet. What the Rams have done is create a buzz around them that has grown, because they were already, according to a lot of people, the favorites to win the Super Bowl.
They've already won
now,
the Super Bowl. With
Myles Garrett on the squad, people are saying, look, this is the team to beat. If they don't win a Super Bowl, it's going to be a bust. And I can understand that. That is fine, okay? But you still got to play these games. You still got to get lucky, got to get healthy. Can Matthew Stafford make it through a whole season? And we have the same questions over here, right? Can Sam Darnold put together another season? This is just the hype of a regular season, or excuse me, an off season. But I ain't gonna lie, with Myles Garrett being on that squad, yeah, they should be the favorites to win the Super Bowl.
What was another one of your burning questions following this news? Or 24 hours removed.
Burning questions. What does Fleury have to counter a Myles Garrett? I went and I watched the last time the Browns played the Seahawks in 2023. It's like week 7 or 8. The Hawks won like 24-22.
Of course you did.
And I watched Charles Cross against Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett ended the game with, well, let me notes here, 1 sack, 2 tackles, a forced fumble, 5 pressures, and 4 quarterback hits. A typical day for Myles Garrett. It wasn't anything crazy. Not to say that he can't put together a crazy game against whoever he wants to. Yeah, that's possible. But in that offense, and in 2023, who was that? Was that
for Seattle?
Yeah.
Geno,
the OC.
right?
No, the OC. It was
Waldron?
Was it Waldron in 23?
Waldron?
Had to be. Yeah, that was Waldron.
Yeah, it was Waldron.
Okay, yeah,
Waldron
Grubb was
in
24. Okay.
So that was Waldron in 23. And, you know, some people have a bad taste in their left in their mouths about Waldron. They didn't really send a lot of help, a lot of double teams over there. Cross kind of just handled it on his own. So, listen, he will affect a game. He clearly did with his 5 pressures, 4 quarterback hits, 1 sack, and 2 tackles. He's liable to go off. He's had games where he's had 3 or 4 sacks. But he's one guy. And they do still have Kobe Turner and Young and all those guys over there. Look, I respect the Rams. I respect them. But the burning question I have is Fleury. What does it do for Fleury? I think for Mike McDonald, it did nothing. It did something. I don't think – let me reverse. Mike McDonald will stand in front of the podium and say, I don't care, bro. And the telling thing for me with Mike McDonald is when he says bro. He tries to add a little extra. Like,
it's true.
It's pretty much saying I don't give a F. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes when I say that, I do low key, but I want to make it clear to you that I don't.
Of course.
So I think he notices what's going on over there.
Yes.
But he believes in his defense and his process and all that. My question is, okay, Fleury, like, what do you have in store when Myles Garrett goes crazy? And there's only a few things you can do. Send a tight end over there. You could chip him with a running back. You try to misdirection. I mean, you're not going to change your whole game plan for Myles Garrett, but he is what Dave Wyman calls an extra meeting guy.
I don't mean like this to sound like throwing shade at the Rams, but one of the things truly that I was thinking about hours after this news was kind of re-examining the pick of Ty Simpson. That was, to me, another question kind of lingering after this one. Aaron Schatz was on with you guys yesterday?
Yeah.
This is what he said about the Rams' moves and how they kind of run counter to the decision to take Ty.
Well, I think that the Seahawks have set themselves up better for beyond, and the Rams have set themselves up better for 2026. The question is, why the Ty Simpson pick, right? All these moves are all in the same direction except the first-round pick. The fact that they used this year's first-round pick on a developmental quarterback doesn't make any logical sense when you look at the other moves that they've made. It's very strange that, like, they could absolutely use a third wide receiver or a more offensive line depth. There's like a lot of other things that the Rams could have used.
Now, a Rams fan could say, well, what if Matthew Stafford, he's 38 years old, gets hurt? And it's like, okay, but I think that a veteran backup would probably serve you better this year than would a rookie. I still don't quite. I mean, maybe Ty Simpson is the second coming of Patrick Mahomes, but if he's not, I still don't quite understand this because everything else they're doing, trading for McDuffie, trading for Myles Garrett, are, hey, we got to win moves.
Yeah, Ty Simpson was the only move that you felt like was planning for the future.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. If I am the Rams, I want to bring back Jimmy Garoppolo or someone who's played in this league before who can run an offense if things were to happen. No, and that's why I don't buy McVay saying, "Oh, I was completely fine with the Ty Simpson pick," and me having that type of demeanor after the pick was because I got into something with someone prior to that. No, everybody and their mama was shaking their head at that pick, talking about why are you going Ty Simpson so early. So I think that the Rams always kind of cross their T's and dot their I's by being aggressive when it comes to free agents. And believe it or not, it's easier to get free agents to want to go to L.A. and play football over there.
Yeah. One guy that was in L.A. is going to Cleveland. Already familiar with Cleveland, so maybe it's a good thing. But Jared Verse on his way to the Browns. Do you think that was too much to give up for the Rams?
Nah, I think both sides won in this trade. I think you get a first rounder with the Cleveland Browns and Jared Verse. You get a first round in 2027 with something else in down the line. It was a good trade because the Cleveland Browns are in rebuild mode. They've been in rebuild mode for 20 years, it seems like. But they're clearly in.
And one day they'll figure it out.
We're not going to win right now. So what do? You acquire talent and you acquire picks, and that's what they did. The Rams, on the other hand, are in win now mode. I think Myles Garrett is 29, 30 years of age. He's getting up there, but I saw the text lines. People have been leaning on that. Oh, he's 30 years old. I go, watch the film from last year. He ain't going to drop off that severely.
Matter.
He's a different type of beast. So both teams win. The Rams get a guy that can help them win right now because we feel like Sean McVay's out the door soon. We feel like Stafford's going to retire soon. And the Cleveland Browns get a player who can help and some draft picks to help them build.
Here's a little bit more from Adam Schefter.
The Browns are adamant all along. Like I told you an hour ago, we're not trading him. We're not trading him. But the Rams began pursuing Myles Garrett. They kept pursuing Myles Garrett. They didn't stop pursuing Myles Garrett until they were eventually willing to include Jared Verse in the trade. Once Jared Verse got included in the trade, the Browns were interested. Okay, we get a player now for the short term, and we get draft pick compensation, including a first-round draft pick in 27. That we can live with.
Good news is the Seahawks don't have to face Jared Verse next time they face L.A. The bad news is they're going to be obviously facing Myles Garrett instead. Bump, you mentioned watching a ton of film of Garrett, both against the Seahawks and just in general to kind of see what this Rams defense is going to look like. The Rams defense with McDuffie and certainly with Garrett have gotten so much better. I don't care that, they're paying McDuffie the biggest corner contract right now. I don't care that Garrett is 30 years old. This, to me, is something where immediately I'm looking at Seattle's offense and going like, okay, well, who needs to step up? That's what we're talking about at 10:45, so I don't want to jump the gun. But, the Rams' defense got better over the last couple months. Yeah. Undeniably.
The thing with that, too, is, Stacey, is that there's a bunch of bias on this text line right now. A bunch of bias in Seattle. And, look, it's okay to respect your opponent. It's okay to see what they're doing and give a tip of the cap and say, I see you. You've gotten better. Doesn't mean you fear them. It doesn't mean that you automatically crown them. But to sit here and act like them fools didn't get better over there in L.A.
They did.
Would be ridiculous. They got better. So how do we counter that? We're going to see. I think the Hawks will counter with development. I think the Hawks will counter with scheme because I don't necessarily see them going out and making a move like that.
So you don't think it'll be an addition?
I would love for them to get Max Crosby. I would love for that to go down. I probably don't think that's going to happen. All right, so you lean on your morals and your philosophy. And we look at the Rams. They are the buy the newest iPhone type of team right now. We're going to buy the newest iPhone. We're good. Hawks are like, look, I'm good with this 16. I'm just going to upgrade that thing, take care of it, put a case on it, put a screen on it so it doesn't crack.
And that's old money.
My thing's going to roll.
And that's old money.
Yeah, so there's just two different ways of doing this. Can the Hawks go make a move? Yeah, possibly. I don't see them doing it.
Yeah.
But let's not act like them dudes didn't get better down there. They've gotten better. Doesn't mean that we crown them right now and they're Super Bowl champions.
Exactly. And I think that there are very fair critiques. I don't know how many Rams fans are giving them, but certainly a couple Seahawks fans and I'll say non-Rams fans. I think there are certainly fair critiques about, well, what are the Rams going to look like in 2 years? What are they going to look like down the road? I just don't think Rams fans care right now. And I don't blame them because I'm also of the party. And I've been saying this with the Mariners over and over of just like, hey, take advantage of the window you're in. right? Like, who cares if the Rams in 2 years are lamenting not having, as many picks or having Ty and everyone else is gone? If they won a Super Bowl, it'll be worth it. So how does Seattle keep them from doing that? I think you make a great point, Bump, with there's a trade deadline that's going to come and go between now and then. But it sure feels like this is going to depend, to your point, on what do you already have in-house. Did the Seahawks need to get that much better this offseason? I guess maybe that's my final question for you. Did they really? The Rams defense needed to get better. Mm-hmm. The Rams defense lost them in their 2 losses against Seattle. Did the Seahawks defense or did the Seahawks need to get better?
They needed to replace some of the pieces that they missed. I think they will get better with guys being in their second and third year in this defense and Mike McDonald putting them in positions to win. We spoke to Jay Love, and he said he's doing some things that really highlight the attributes of the guys on this team. With that, I'm saying, look, they can get better within. They can get better in-house just by doing those things. Developing, having guys step up and do their thing. Could you add a guy by the trade deadline? I probably expect them to do that in some sort of offense, defense. Who knows? Mm-hmm. But do they need to get better? Yes, you always want to get better. But getting better doesn't mean just going and getting the shiniest toy out there. You can get better in other ways.
All right, we are going to continue to explore Bump's point coming up at 10:45. Bump is saying, look, I don't know that the move for Seattle is to go add someone to immediately counter what the Rams did. I think what you do is develop these pieces you have, is continue to evolve your scheme and grow as an offense and obviously as a defense. So who answers the call right now for the Seahawks? That's coming up at 10:45. Right now, let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Mariners walked off the Mets for their 7th win in a row on Monday. Cole Young, here's how that sounded.
Here comes the 1-0. Swung on, broken bat, looper left field. It's a base hit. Randy scores. The Mariners have done it again. The magic dust has been sprinkled here at T-Mobile Park. They've walked it off in extra innings for the 3rd time in the series. They've won 7 in a row. It's all Mariners. Unbelievable.
What's the real headline?
And what if I told you the Mariners are good? What if I told you that? Curtis,
more saying.
What was that stat you saw about win-loss records?
Oh, yeah. Everybody in baseball, except for 3 teams, has a winning streak or losing streak of less than 2 games or less. Like, everybody's won and lost, in the last recent days. But the only 3 teams that haven't lost or won twice in the last 2 days are Mariners, Rangers, and Pirates. Mariners with a 7-game win streak, Rangers with a 4-game win streak, Pirates with a 3-game win streak. Everybody else is right there.
Bump, longest win streak in baseball right now.
I said 7 was going to be the longest for them this year. I hope they prove me wrong and get to that 8th spot. Yeah. And honestly, man, it's the pitching is back. The piggyback worked out. We talked about that for a long time. Glad that's over with. Emerson has 8 or 9 quality starts this year already. He had 3 his first 3 years in the league. And they're finding ways to win ball games. You got Cole with a broken bat blooper to the left side. You got Robles just hitting one with the shortstop or second baseman so hard he fumbles that thing, you win it there. They're finding ways to win the game. And then the bats, man, the home runs are going crazy. If this team is within 2 or 3 runs, I feel like you're one swing away from getting back into it. You got Colt Emerson, who's looking like a dang pro right now. It's they're a fun team to watch, so let's keep it up.
I think that if you were someone who wanted to just find something to complain about, and that person certainly is out there, they're pointing to all these walk-offs and close wins and games going into extras going, oh, you should blow these teams out of the water. I know the Mets have improved, but overall they're not great this year. The Diamondbacks are not great this year. You should be beating these teams. But I don't know, Bump, the way I feel about it is not only do you always celebrate wins, but I think I needed to see the Mariners dominate. I also needed to see the Mariners get out close wins. Yeah. We had been complaining about their record and 1-run losses. I needed to see this kind of stretch where they're never out of it. They're pesky. Now, I want them to be better than just pesky, right? I don't want them to be a plucky underdog. I want them to be that much better. But I feel encouraged by these close wins. What about you?
You win games in multiple ways.
Exactly.
It's never going to look the same. So be able to Have your young guys step up. Cole Emerson and Cole Young stepped up. That's what you need out of this ball club.
And look, I know that we wanted to see more from the offense because fantastic pitching day, including from the bullpen. Spire with a great 10th, 2 strikeouts. Munoz a 1-2-3 ninth. And I know that was great to see. They did have some hits, Rob, though. I think it should have been like a 6-hit day.
Yeah.
You know? What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, some good news for the Seahawks. Adam Schefter reports they and Derek Hall have reached an agreement on a 3-year, $42 million extension. What's the real headline?
We have Myles Garrett at home.
Yeah, I don't know what people are
complaining about. No, it's said in jest, though. Congratulations to Derek Hall. A wonderful interview, really good dude, and something I felt like Bump, probably a decision the Seahawks inevitably would have had to make. You move on from Boye Mafe, or rather Boye Mafe moves on, I guess, in free agency. Unless you were going to turn to the draft, you were going to have a real supply and demand issue here. With edge rusher. So very important to lock down Derek Hall.
Yeah, good for Derek Hall. And if I'm Derek Hall, I'm thinking Boye Mafe too. It's a chain reaction type thing. He gets his, $42 million for 3 years, $13-14 million a year. Last year, you look at his numbers, they weren't great, but he did affect or impact the game. 2 sacks on 420 snaps. Year before that, 8 sacks on 674. No, he's an energy guy. And I think that he still has more to learn as well, right? I think DN is one of the positions where you can keep getting better like 5-6 years into your career just because there's so many ways to counter and move and learn the tricks of the trade and leverage and all that good stuff. So I expect him to get back to what we saw in 2024.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, Melinda Gates is joining the Kraken ownership group as a minority investor. What's the real headline?
Unless she's actually a big fan of Lane Lambert's defensive system, something tells me this is very NBA expansion coded. Yes.
Explain more.
Well, just that it's the same thing as Samantha doing the...
They're the only group going for the NBA right now.
Yes.
Is the Kraken ownership.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
In which case you'd have, because would it be her combined with Samantha in like a very female forward NBA ownership group, which is very, very cool. Can I take the last minute to ask you just about the NBA finals, which obviously tip off tomorrow, right? First of all, sorry, OKC. You love to see it. You love to see it.
No, not sorry at all.
Did you guys see Eric Corgi make his picks?
No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Corgi stands on the stairs. Someone tosses him a ball. He hits it and it lands in a bucket.
I thought you were tricking me because you had it coming up in the timeline.
No.
You really don't know
I
about...
do not have it coming up
Curtis,
in the timeline.
This is up your alley. You don't know about Eric Corgi?
I have
Eric
no
Corgi
desire to know.
is a Corgi, obvious. No, it's okay. You're going to do so against your will. Eric Corgi is a Corgi who correctly predicted every single game in the Western Conference Finals and has now predicted the winner of the NBA Finals. Do you want to know who Eric Corgi chose?
The Knicks.
No.
Okay.
Spurs in 7.
All right. How accurate has this Corgi been throughout the playoffs?
100 throughout the playoffs. I don't know. In the Western Conference, 100%.
With the games?
Yes. Game by game.
So it goes game by game.
Yes.
And he picks game by game.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Game by game. Not even like, he bopped his little nose and it landed in the Spurs over. No, game by game. He correctly predicted it with 100% accuracy.
All right. So you got the Spurs?
That not weird to you guys?
Oh,
that doesn't feel like a real skill? That doesn't feel like something we should be turning to and paying attention to?
It's like playing Plinko.
Okay, you guys don't have enough faith, and I'm bothered by that. Who needs to answer the call right now for the Seahawks? That's coming up at 10:45. Coming up next, 7 wins in a row for the Mariners. Is this the team we were promised?
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Drayer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Ever think, man, I'm not good enough to get a handicap? Actually, that's one of the best reasons to get one. Michael Bump is here. A handicap index helps you track your progress and see improvement over time, round after round. And it's not just for great golfers. It's for any golfer who wants to get better and know where their game stands. And getting one is easy.
Just sign up through WA Golf, post your scores, and after 3 18-hole rounds, you've got it. See your progress, track your game, get better. Learn more at wagolf.org/710.
I've been talking about my experience being on the Arc Sport, which is a fully electric wake boat, for about a month now. I had a ton of fun trying it out on the water. It's truly unlike any boat I've ever seen. But instead of just answering questions about it or talking about it endlessly, I think what I'm going to start doing is just letting people know they can try it out for themselves. And it's super easy. Go to arcboats.com/demo. Fill out the form and get out on the water. Again, I can talk about these features all day long. Heated seats and seat backs, a retractable tower, a touchscreen dash, low maintenance, but you really do have to see and experience this boat for yourself, and you can for free. Book a demo. It's super easy, and even better, they'll pick you up on Lake Washington, Lake Union, or Lake Sammamish if you can't come to them in Kirkland. Go to arcboats.com/demo. Fill out the form and get out on the water. Arc, you have to see it to believe it.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Unlock smart business buying with fast, free delivery on millions of items and practical AI innovations that automate repetitive tasks so you can make smarter decisions faster. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang, that one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
Mariners and Mets tonight at T-Mobile. First pitch at 6:40, 5:30 pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
If you've been in a wreck or a fender bender,
you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutoBodyWA.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Plenty of frustration to start the season for Mariners fans, but right now they have 7 wins in a row. That is the best record in terms of last 10 in MLB. The Seattle Mariners. Is this finally the team we were promised? What are you guys making of this stretch? We're going to start with what we learned this morning. Jeff Passan was on with Brock and Salk and was asked what the biggest reason is for 7 straight wins.
It's not just 7 straight, but to me, the thing that I've taken away from this run more than anything is that 3 of the last 4 have been by 1 run. And the Mariners had been awful in 1-run games up to that point in the season. So the fact that they're winning close ones, that they're winning blowouts, that they're scoring runs, but more than anything, that they're getting just this excellent starting pitching and great pitching altogether. That's the formula for this team. That's how they were supposed to win, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
I completely agree with Jeff, and we had already talked about it a little bit, but Bump, I don't care about anyone who might feel disappointed that these wins are close. I think it's very important that these wins are close.
Stop begging. Beggars can't be choosers,
You can't
man.
be choosers.
We're sitting there struggling, under 500. First time we've been 2-3 games over 500 since the start of the season.
Yeah.
Since
ever.
And you take them how you can get it. And when you go through stuff like this, it taps into your DNA. It says, okay, we've been down 1-0. We've been down 2-0. We've been up. We've let teams come back. Our arms have balled out. Our arms have struggled. Like, that's what you do throughout the season is you put yourselves in these situations, not purposely, but throughout the course of the season, you're in these situations, and you figure out how to get out of them. Some teams do, some teams don't. The teams that don't know how to figure it out are at home in October. The teams that do hang a banner, and they're playing for a World Series. So it's all part of the journey, and this is a fun part of the journey. I think in our show email, Curtis pointed out, like, you're not going to play a good team until, like, mid-June or something like that.
Yeah, you got a nice stretch.
Take advantage of this opportunity.
I was thinking a little bit about Jeff's comment reminds me of it too, but when we were talking about Julian and he said that the game that was sticking with him was that loss to the Buccaneers, and he said it was really important for them to then win their next 2 with kind of the same approach, being like, it kind of solidifies, like, no, you know who you are. You know what your formula is. You just know that it needs to, you just need to know that it can work. It's kind of how I feel about the Mariners, and I'm glad that Jeff mentioned at the end, like, that's how this team is supposed to win. This isn't the Dodgers, and I don't mean that as an insult, but what I mean is, in baseball, you shouldn't expect one team to just obliterate people all the time, but that the Mariners are especially not that team. The Mariners are home run reliant, more so than some other teams. They are a team with excellent pitching, better than many other teams, and they are a team that has an offense that's a little streaky sometimes. So winning 1-run games is going to be pretty massive. Keeping it close late thanks to great pitching. Like, you're winning based on your formula. We're not seeing anything with this stretch of wins that the Mariners can't try to duplicate. You know what I mean? We're not seeing, I don't know. No offense to Patrick Wisdom, but we're not seeing Patrick Wisdom hit 3 grand slams in 3 games where you're like, hey, that was really fun, but, like, I don't know how they're supposed to replicate this. This is your formula. And it's working for you right now.
I think one of the most important parts of this formula is Julio playing the way that he's playing.
Yes.
Because Julio has to be that guy. There's no more, he's young, he's going to figure it out. He got rid of the slow start, which was a box he needed to check when it comes to his career. He just had the best month of baseball he's ever had. And they're doing all this with Cal rehabbing. I saw him run sprints the other day. That was nice to see. Cal, let's get in shape, let's get ready to go. But they're doing this exactly the way that we expect them to do it. Great pitching, hitting bombs. Before, with this 7-game stretch, they were 13th in the league with home runs. Now they're like 5th or 6th or something.
And
right? They got hot.
Yeah.
Julio's leading the charge. Luke Raley quietly has been one of the best bats on this team. Arozarena has been consistent. Oh, this is the team that you expect. And, again, you're doing this without Cal Raleigh contributing. So Yeah, I like this run. I appreciate this run, and I appreciate the contributions from the other guys too, from Nicole Emerson, from Nicole Young, who defensively is still one of the best second basemen in the game right now. So no, it's this is the team we thought we were going to see, and this is what people mean when they say it's early. Just wait and see what happens.
One thing that you kept saying when I would kind of, whether it was on or off air, say, "Oh, I'm worried about this," or like, "Oh, will this be an issue?" Things like Randy and Cal, or a really slow start. You'd be like, look, winning fixes everything. Winning fixes a lot. And winning can also breed just more excitement, better chemistry, everything. Colt Emerson talking a bit about that.
Just a lot of confidence in each other. This clubhouse is amazing. We've got a bunch of amazing guys and amazing coaches. Everybody's confident in the way we're playing, always, and a lot of confidence and camaraderie in this team right now. It's amazing.
Bump, that confidence is so important, right? Because it's like, look, I'm sure when they're losing, let's say they were on a 7-game losing streak, or let's say it was 3 weeks ago, and the vibes are just not great to start the season. Mm-hmm. It's like everyone knows they're good. JP doesn't suddenly think he's, not a good leader. And, it's not like Cal, even though he was really, really struggling, is suddenly like just god-awful, no talent left. But like, so you know that there are truths about you as a team, but it doesn't feel that way. And I have to imagine that does shake your confidence a little bit.
It does. I don't think it totally shakes your confidence if you are the Mariners.
Yeah.
But I think that it puts you in a spot to where you feel like you're stressed a bit and you are pressing a little bit because you know that you're better than this. Mm-hmm. I think with the talent that's on this roster, right, I feel like when they run out the dugout as a team, right, and everyone cheers, hey, let's go Mariners, the confidence they have is different than it was 2 or 3 years ago. Because it's proven. It's proven that Julio's one of the best centers in the game. It's proven at one point, that Cal was one of the best catchers in the game. Still think he is. He just banged up and all that good stuff. It's proven that your rotation is going to keep you in the game. All that stuff has been proven. That's why you should have a bit more confidence, and that's the same reason why when you're struggling, you start to press a little bit because you know we're better than this.
You made an amazing point. But
oh, my God.
No, I just don't know if I heard it right. I need to turn to Curtis and Matt. Did he say when you run out the dugout?
Dugout. I didn't say dugout.
I think he said dugout.
Stop reaching. Stop reaching.
No,
Stop reaching.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Dugout?
I swear you said dugout.
Stop
that sounds
reaching.
Australian.
Stop reaching.
I swear. Matt's going to look it up.
Look it up. Stop reaching.
Matt, if I'm wrong, you know what? If I'm wrong, I apologize. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I paused for just a minute.
I heard you over there. Could you go?
I didn't say it like that. That's not what I sound like.
I heard you in my ear. How do you know how hard it is to get? And I when I do this, I have one headphone
you
off.
You can hear me in your ear?
I can just hear you because I'm making a point. I'm like, she's whispering to the back room right now. Like, what is she talking about? And then I got to continue my point. Could you make sure that you go back and see what Bump said?
That's not how I said it. I love you so much. You missed me, right? I mean, like, see, it's not quite the same. I mean, Curtis still makes fun of you. I take it back. Matt, was I right or was I wrong? Matt's gonna look it up. I feel like I was right.
Why? You know what? I'm not letting anything pass anymore. You know how many times you'll say some stuff and I'll just be like, I got you, and I'll pick it up. Yeah, so
No, I know.
We have devastating news.
Terrible news. Stacy was right.
Stacy was right.
They run out the dugout as a team.
The dugout.
Oh, wow.
That was just a slur. That was just a slur. I didn't enunciate my words.
Can I hear it just one more time?
Oh, my gosh.
They run out the dugout.
They run out the dugout as a team. The dugout.
The dugout.
You know what it is? That's that black in me that y'all don't understand. We put our words together like that sometimes, all right?
It's way better.
When they run out the dugouts and everybody's having fun playing the baseball game.
Okay, but also, you didn't say that. You didn't say that when I said you said dugout.
I was confident. I was confident. Dugout.
All right, well, 7 wins in a row for the Mariners. The vibes in the dugout are immaculate right now. Also, the dugout is coming your way from 1 to 2. The dugout coming your way from 1 to 2. All Mariners. Shannon Drayer joining us at 1. Ryan Rowland-Smith at 1:30. Mariners stats and information's Alex Mayer joining us at 1:45. Cannot wait to get to those conversations. We got to get back to the Seahawks, though. Massive news in the NFC West, obviously. Who needs to answer the call right now by the Seahawks?
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They caught it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
One thing y'all might not know about your boy is I was pretty nice on the soccer pitch. Yes, I played soccer, man, believe it or not. With football coming out here, taking over the region, I think I'm feeling the love for the sport once again. I'm excited to hear our listeners are getting the love for the sport, too. It's going to be fun. You should go to Silver Casino and check this whole thing out, man. They got great deals going on. They got Loomis Trails Golf Course, one of the hidden gems in the Northwest. I've played that course. It is beautiful. Make a weekend out of it. Make it a personal day. The weather's going to be great. You should enjoy. Relax in deluxe rooms and enjoy a meal at the steakhouse. Have some fun at the sports restaurant. Enjoy the cantina. Authentic Mexican food. Plenty of reason to go up there, and I haven't even mentioned the spa yet. I've been to the spa, too. It's nice and relaxing. You should check it out. Book your stay at silvercasino.com. Silver Casino Resort, silvercasino.com.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Puget Sound remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Oh, those spring showers after a wet winter, they can cause real trouble for groundwater, right? When the soil around your home finally becomes saturated this time of year, water can start making its way into your crawl space, and you don't even know it. It's Mike Salkare, and groundwater in crawl spaces is even more common than you think. It needs to be addressed before it causes structural damage, or even worse, toxic mold in your home. If you're worried the groundwater's making its way into your crawl space, you know what to do. Call Crawl Pros and get that free corner-to-corner inspection, just like they did at my house. They'll come in, they'll climb into that crawl space, because Crawl Pros goes where you don't want to. And if they do find water, they'll install a groundwater drainage system and a sump pump. They'll reroute all that water outside of your home's footprint where it belongs. So don't take the risk. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros. Have them come out for a free corner-to-corner inspection of your crawl space. They'll even check your attic at the same time. If you're worried anything's going on in your crawl space or attic, critters, damaged insulation, or water intrusion, call Crawl Pros at crawlpros.com.
Digging in my yard, trying to lay a pipe. I hit a water line and now I have to pay a big fine. I should have called 811.
Rick Riz here for the Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington's Improve Your Play program. Many of our local youth sports teams need help with field enhancements, training, and equipment. Local Pella owners Keith Dashafy and Luke Wilson are stepping up to donate $5,000 to 2 deserving teams. We need your help finding them. Head to seattlesports.com/play to nominate a deserving team in need. Let's help our local youth improve their play this year with Pella Windows and Doors of Western Washington. Contest and rules at seattlesports.com/play.
Hi, this is Nancy Penrose, owner of Big Trees in Snohomish. Spring has sprung. Need color to brighten up your yard or privacy trees to keep your neighbors guessing? Now is the time to buy. With hundreds of trees arriving in the nursery daily, Big Trees has the perfect tree for you. Check out our updated inventory list online at bigtreesupply.com or come visit the nursery today.
Mariners and Mets tonight at T-Mobile. First pitch at 6:40, 5:30 pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. And if you've been dreaming of that new deck, you got to get a hold of PCF. Call them before the great weather arrives and their schedule gets totally filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, how about this? Get 50% off demolition costs up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we love it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, and construction can take a little time, so get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and look at all the offer details at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place. With People Come First.
Mr. K's Construction reminds parents to enroll your kids in a positive youth program. Sports, hobbies, and community activities improve overall health and performance in school. These programs decrease drug use and violence and develop self-discipline and leadership skills. Let's team together this year to help our kids reach their full potential. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Mr. K's Construction, committed to making your home and our community beautiful since 1977.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Bumpin' Curtis says the 808, is Stacy taking it out on you guys for getting to break the Myles Garrett news yesterday? She's sounding awfully spiteful, picking on Bump. Take cover, Curtis.
Taking out on who?
Dang.
On me. She ain't taking nothing out on Curtis.
Your time is coming, too.
Oh, okay. I was the one that stormed out of the sports pit when we were discussing how the breaking news went down yesterday.
And I slammed the
And then
door.
I also told Stacey, like, look at all the downloads we got yesterday.
I got so
Holy
mad.
cow.
No, you guys, unsurprisingly, I don't even need to say crushed it. The dad show, everyone loves the dad show. It's just, I don't feel
It's the dad pod.
Oh,
actually.
sorry. My
Get it
mistake.
right.
My mistake. I just didn't feel included. So I'm glad we got to get back to the Seahawks, and I got to chime in now. And we got to kind of move the conversation forward because we've now had 24 hours to digest the news of Myles Garrett not only going to the NFC West, but going to a direct foe, your direct competition for getting back to the Super Bowl with the Rams. You made a great point earlier, Bump. I hate to say it. I hate to hand it to you. But you did make a great point that's going to kind of be our theme of today, where you said, I know automatically when we think what's the counterpunch, someone will think, well, who did the Seahawks add? What do they do now? You know, who do you sign? Who do you trade for? And you said, you know what? I think the move may be, what do you do in-house? What do you develop? Who steps up? How do you respond with your scheme or with the players you have? Because that's kind of their best weapon right now. So let's answer that for ourselves. Who needs to answer the call right now by the Seahawks?
The whole defense, man. I think it's going to be collective. I think Uchenna needs to show up. I think Derek Hall needs to show up. I think Leo. I can't point to one person and say if that person doesn't ball out, then this team is doomed, because we know that there's ups and downs in this whole thing. There's never just one person on a football team that can win you the game by himself, even though they have like quarterback comebacks and fourth quarter winning drives as a stat. All right, if that line don't block it, the receiver don't catch the ball, the running back doesn't run, if the coach don't make the calls, then that quarterback doesn't have the opportunity to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that it's going to be collective, but you're going to need like Bud Clark to be a guy.
Yeah.
You're going to need maybe Julian Neal at some point to be the guy. I don't know if he's going to start or not. You're going to need Jadarian Price to look like a number one back, but it's the team, and you're going to need Fleury to have an answer when Myles Garrett is going crazy.
So to me, I went to offense, and I want to talk about that a little bit more, because when I was thinking of like who needs to answer the call for the Seahawks, what's Seattle's response, my mind didn't necessarily go to, oh, now you got to trade for Max Crosby. The Seahawks defense was great. The Rams defense needed to improve, and they certainly did by adding McDuffie and later in a more blockbuster move, Garrett. Those are two massive moves for the Rams that they needed to make. The Seahawks' doubt, to me, from outsiders and some fans, looks directly at the offense, and that could be with having a brand new play caller. It could be with having some unanswered questions or untested talent at running back. Like if Jadarian's your week one guy, I think that's really cool. I think he's a very likable guy that like makes sense as a culture fit for the Seahawks. Is he gonna be enough to keep the identity of your offense, that run game, intact? I have no idea. I do not know. So to me, those are my questions.
Here's the thing with Myles Garrett, too, is, I mean, there's a way to try to neutralize a guy who's dominant on that line, right? And the greats are going to find ways to make their plays. I mean, Myles Garrett played in, 50-something snaps the last time he played against the Seahawks. He had 1 sack, 4 quarterback hits, a forced fumble, and a tackle. So that leaves roughly 40 other plays where he did not affect the play that drastically. You know what I'm saying? So it's just when you have those opportunities, you got to get it. It's not like the Hawks have not played against good defensive linemen. Now, this is one of the best to ever do it. It's a bit different. But they played against good defensive linemen. It's going to be the chess matchup. This is where the players have to be coached up so good that they know when to slide. They know when to help. When it's time for that running back to chip, he has to chip. When Sam has to stand there and take one on the chin and deliver a shot, you deliver a shot. That's what happens when two championship caliber teams play each other. It was going to be easy regardless, whether the Rams picked up Myles Garrett or not. Now you just got one more thing to worry about. But I truly believe that they believe in what they're doing over here. Mm-hmm. Stepping up is going to be Fleury. I mean, I've seen everybody else on this offense. I've seen them. Fleury's going to have to come up with a game plan collectively because he says it's not just him, it's everybody else, right? Yep. To neutralize that guy at times and take advantage of the shots that you do take.
I think you're exactly right. I think that, and you and I will not be surprised when this happens, I think the national conversation will be about Sam Darnold. He's the quarterback. It totally makes sense. But I think that the real, I don't want to say pressure, the power to really get something going and to have this offense counterpunch will be with Fleury. I just have no idea it's like I know what the Shanahan offense is. Mm-hmm. I think it was encouraging that he was a run game coordinator for them last year, that he was with that offense and trusted by Kyle Shanahan for 9 seasons. That's massive. I have no idea what that looks like here in Seattle. I don't think you're certainly not getting Grubb. I think we know enough to know that he's a different coordinator than Grubb.
Fundamentally.
You know what I mean?
Different.
Like they seem to have different principles. But we don't know exactly what that's going to look like. I feel encouraged by the offensive lineman coming back, by Gray Zabel with another season. Like, I like that, and that's going to get overlooked by national folks as well. But it's funny that the thing that you and that Brock and that so many analysts here are going to be talking about, which is the offensive coordinator and the questions with the scheme, is just going to be kind of glossed over nationally. Because that, to me, is where the counterpunch is. It's not like, hey, Ernest, play harder. I have no real concerns or qualms with the defense. I think that the counterpunch comes offensively.
Yeah. Like, with a guy like Myles Garrett, naturally people are going to think, run away from him, throw away from him. No, sometimes with the guys like Myles Garrett, you got to run at him. You got to go at him, apply pressure, because when he's on the backside of things, that's where he's able to work. That's where he gets these one-on-ones where it's a backside zone. And I'm not saying you just never run away from him, but there are times where you got to go at him. You got to get Oots in that fullback spot and say, you know what, leave him. Mm-hmm. Tackle, you go climb up. Oots is going to smack you in the chest. Let's see what he can do with it. He's going to win some battles. But I think that is what people are so caught up on, is that he is a human being, okay? If Myles Garrett was that good, Cleveland Browns would be in the playoffs last year. He is that good, but he needs help. It's not just him. Does he put this team over the top? Should they be favored? I'm with that. I'm fine. And the reason why he puts them over the top is because everybody else is on that team as well. Mm-hmm. Right? Myles Garrett is a key ingredient, a piece that does that for them. But he's not going to have 6 sacks against us. Okay? He's not going to do it. I believe if he does, then y'all come at me, do what you got to do, and I'll take it on the chin. But there are ways to accept his greatness in the midst of a game, mm-hmm. him do his thing, and still be successful against a team. This is what battles are for. This is what they're made up for. And that's why I think Mike McDonald throws it out there. I don't care, bro. Because he's just ready to throw hands. Like, let's do it. If this is what we got to do, it's what we got to do.
I am so eager to see this. We won't even see it until December, which is also the most interesting part of this. But when we talk about these things, about who needs to answer the call right now for the Seahawks, those things are still going to be very much relevant earlier in the season. I know when you face off against the Patriots on Wednesday night, which is still weird to open up the season, you're not going to have the challenge that Myles Garrett and the Rams are going to present. You're still going to need to answer the call on offense. You're still going to need to start, showing that you can replicate what you did last year, at least close enough to make another run for a Super Bowl. So going to be a fascinating conversation. We will continue to have it, and that includes coming up in just a couple minutes with Fox Sports' Eric Williams. That's next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
After years of football and the injuries that go with it, my first thought was always go get surgery. Hey, it's Dave Wyman, but after a consultation with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, my eyes were open to an alternative to surgery, and I'm talking about stem cell therapy. Well, and my buddy and co-host Bob Stelton, also in pain, and decided to go see Dr. Wagner.
I had a hip issue from 14 years of jiu-jitsu.
How's the pain now?
Everything I did before, I can do just as well. Hitting the heavy bag, sparring, rolling, all of that is back in play. This whole thing has been such a pleasant surprise because I really was of the mindset, I'm going to have to go under the knife. I'm going to have to get surgery. And this really saved me from that. I could not be happier with the results.
Whether it's a hip like Bob had, a shoulder, a knee, a wrist, an ankle, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine.
Do it. You will not regret it.
Hey, get the facts, hear from all the patients I've talked to, and schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. Change your life today, like the thousands of men who already have.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
Hey, it's G. Scott. Let's talk real for a sec. Summer is supposed to be about sunshine and kids having fun. But when the kids are home all day, that grocery bill, yeah, it grows fast. That's why I want you to know about Sunbucks and why our friends at Safeway are helping get the word out. If your family qualifies, you can receive $120 per child to spend on groceries this summer. Food in your cart and a little less pressure on that budget. And let me be clear about this. There's no catch, no judgment. This program is simply about making sure kids have enough to eat when school is out. Here's the important part. Many families are enrolled automatically, and a card may already be headed to your mailbox. But some families do need to apply depending on income and where you live. So take a couple minutes and check. Visit freesummermeals.org. That's freesummermeals.org. Safeway, looking out for your family this summer. Once again, that's freesummermeals.org.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Stacy here for ARC, a fully electric boat that feels like a luxury EV. ARC boats are easy to operate with significantly less maintenance and service. Book a demo just like I did. They'll pick you up if you can't make it to Kirkland. Go to arcboats.com/demo. That's arcboats.com/demo.
This is a special notice to all U.S. taxpayers with back taxes owed to the IRS. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, you may now be eligible for relief through current IRS initiatives for struggling taxpayers. In some cases, taxpayers may qualify to reduce as much as 99% of what they owe. You may already be experiencing wage garnishment, liens, levies, or audits and be unaware of this important information. Call Guardian Tax now to see what relief you may be eligible for at 800-404-7986. By taking action today, you may be able to stop all collections and resolve your tax problem before your tax problem gets worse. Tax experts are standing by to review your case and fight to slash your debt dramatically. Don't let your tax problem get worse and miss this time-sensitive opportunity. Check your eligibility with Guardian Tax now. Call 800-404-7986. 800-404-7986. That's 800-404-7986.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Some breaking Seahawks news this morning. Seattle has inked edge Derek Hall to a 3-year, $42 million extension. That comes after more good news for Seattle because the Mariners won yesterday, extending their winning streak to 7 games. This after sweeping the Diamondbacks. They walked it off in their series opener against the Mets. It was another strong outing for Emerson Hancock, who gave up just 2 runs on 2 hits.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Fox Sports' Eric Williams joining us right now. Eric, I saw the news. I was traveling yesterday, and I saw the Myles Garrett news on the plane. And I was frantically looking around for, someone to talk to or ask questions. So I had to wait 24 hours, but now we have you, and that's a great thing. I felt like L.A., understandably for a lot of people, is a Super Bowl favorite heading into the season. The question for me last year for them was their kind of defense struggling at the end of the season. Oh my God, adding Trent McDuffie and now Myles Garrett. I mean, this to me is a problem for Seattle. Am I wrong?
Oh, it's a huge problem. It's transformational for the Rams to get a player like Myles Garrett. At this point in the season too, where you're not really expecting to be able to add a piece like this. This is Aaron Donald 2.0. This is the best defensive player in the league. It's one of the best pass rushers in NFL history. People compare him to Reggie White, Bruce Smith in terms of the impact that he's going to have. And it allows them to kind of go back and play defense like they did when Aaron was there a couple of years ago, to be able to dictate matchups and create pressures based on moving Myles around the formation to find the best matchup. And then it's going to make, obviously, that secondary and their jobs much easier because Myles doesn't just win. He wins quick. He gets to the quarterback quick, and he's able to finish. Obviously, the NFL single-season sack leader with 23. They gave up a really good player, as part of the deal to get Myles. But Verse only had 12 sacks through his first 2 seasons in the league. He's an ascending player, but he's not where Myles is right now in terms of where he's at in his career. And, oh, by the way, Myles is 30 years old and is going to continue to play at this level, I think, for the next 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, it was a shocker. Curtis and I were on air when it went down, and he had to pod down the music. We're in the middle of a segment and had to break this news. And I thought for sure it was something to do with the Niners or something like that. So, yeah, good for the Rams with this. And from what it sounds like, the Rams have been in contact for a while. Do you have any details on how long it took to get this deal done?
I don't, but you're right. According to some of the reporting that's out there, Jordan Rodriguez, who's covered the team for a long time now and is with The Athletic, had reported that the talk started during the owners' meeting in March. And that makes sense because the Rams at that time were interested in trading for A.J. Brown and were close to getting a deal done and had talked about that during the owners' meeting, the fact that they kind of shut it down last minute. Devontae Adams would have been part of that deal had they made that move. And so it sounds like they moved on from that and then immediately started talking to the Browns. The one thing with the Rams is we know they're going to swing for the fence. They're going to try to make big splashing moves because of the market that they play in. This is a market that's about the Dodgers and the Lakers. And so in order to kind of create through that and to get some attention, you have to bring big stars in here in order to attract fans to the stadium. Obviously, Jalen Ramsey, Von Miller, Matthew Stafford, they're not afraid to swing for the fence and make big moves. And so this is another splashy move for them in a year where they're going to be hosting the Super Bowl. And so it's obviously important for them do the best they can to be playing in that game when it's at their home stadium. During the draft, they had their draft at Inglewood and kind of phrased it as the start of their, push to the Super Bowl, and that they want to be finishing where they started, which is, drafted in Inglewood.
When the Rams added Trent McDuffie, and we were all kind of comparing off seasons, Seattle's obviously was comparatively very quiet. I remember Bump and I saying, well, the Rams defense wasn't as good as Seattle's. Like, if you're the Rams, you're leaving those 2 losses going, man, Matthew Stafford and the offense did their job, and, they needed McDuffie. And so I saw it as like, well, Seattle doesn't need to do anything. They just need to keep doing what they were. Following the addition of Garrett, though, and maybe just with time from the McDuffie move, I'm kind of looking at Seattle going, well, now I feel like Seattle needs to respond. And I don't know what that looks like, Eric, because it's not like they can, re-enter the draft or suddenly jump into the first day of free agency. So I think it's just like a gut feeling and reaction I have of like, well, what are you going to do without any real answers? But I guess I'll throw it your way with just kind of like, well, how does, in theory, Seattle respond to this kind of addition from their fiercest competitor?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think, with somebody like John Schneider, he's always forward thinking, and he always has contingency plans to get the roster better. They're a team that has made moves at the trade deadline in order to bring players in to increase their chances to be successful at the end of the year. And so they still have some powder in terms of draft picks to make those kind of moves, at the trade deadline in November. And so maybe they let the first half of the year play out. They don't play the Rams until December. And so they have time to kind of experiment, see where their roster's at, see where the deficiencies are, and then they can add a big piece, later in the year that kind of pushes them over the top, like another pass rusher or another receiver or playmaker, wherever they feel like they need to add pieces. They still have the possibility of doing that in response to, what the Rams are doing right now. By the way, Niners, they add Mike Evans. They're going to get Bosa back. They're going to get their first-round pick, Mikael Williams, back. So you can't forget about the Niners as part of this picture either.
When the Rams make moves, it feels like there's a sense of urgency. Like they're trying to win right now. With Matthew Stafford, been a little long in the tooth. You bring over Trent McDuffie. You have Myles Garrett as well. Is that the feeling that you get? Is that, okay, it's all or nothing right now? Then also, what are the chances that Aaron Donald says, you know what, I want to be a part of this too?
Let's talk about the Aaron Donald thing first, because I think that's interesting. Michael Brockers, who played with Aaron, went on a podcast and said that, kind of hinted to the fact that Aaron might be interested in playing with Myles Garrett. Aaron had mentioned that, if they had traded for Micah Parsons, he might have been interested in coming out of retirement and playing. And so I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility that Donald comes back. If you look at his Instagram, it's not like he's not working out. I mean, he's working out like he's going to play, and he certainly looks like he hasn't lost a step. He looks like he's in great shape. Again, I would be surprised if he came back, but kind of like Eric Weddle did during the Super Bowl season when he came back for that playoff run, maybe it's something where he waits till the end of the year, sees where the Rams are at, and if he can make an impact, maybe he decides to come out of retirement at that point. But I think it's just something that kind of generates excitement in the franchise as a whole. And Aaron is somebody that's still kind of plugged into the franchise, comes, works out with guys, shows his face. And so, again, I do think it's an outside chance, but I think it's a possibility.
Let's jump back to Seattle for this one. Every single time I hear, and I heard it yesterday, I was on Get Up. I saw a replay from Adam Schefter, and I've already ranted about it, so I won't waste time. But the idea of the Seahawks kind of lucking into that 2-point conversion, and that's what won them the Super Bowl. And I always kind of bristle with that because it's, I think, like an incorrect retelling of what really happened in that game. However, Bump has pointed this out. There are very real things that make much more football sense that people could point to in terms of concerns for the Seahawks or questions about the Seahawks. And one thing that I know Bump and Brock and a few other of our analysts have pointed to is your offensive coordinator being brand new and some questions about what exactly he could look like. I was unsurprisingly thinking of that when I was looking at Myles Garrett. I feel a little less nervous, given you pointing out fairly that they don't face each other until December, and you make a great point about, like, I know we're in the late stages of free agency, but the trade deadline is going to happen before these two teams face each other. I'm wondering what kinds of questions we might want answered early when it comes to this offense, especially considering that new offensive coordinator. What are you going to be watching closely, keeping that in mind with Seattle?
What the offense looks like. I think people are just assuming it's going to be the same as last year with Kubiak, and I don't think we really know till we get out there and watch them play. You have a different play caller that's going to see the game differently than Kubiak sees it, even though they come from similar styles and scheme in terms of the Shanahan system. So you also have a guy that's calling plays for the first time. And so that's a new learning curve that you're going to have to see how he adjusts to the first half of the season. I think the other thing that we probably don't talk about enough is injuries. Are you going to be able to have the kind of injury luck that you had the previous season, where most of your frontline guys were able to stay on the field and be healthy? If that doesn't happen, it's going to test your depth. And then if you lose guys at key positions like the Chargers did last year when they lost both of their offensive tackles, it's going to greatly impact how your offense performs. And so I think, being healthy, and then if you're not healthy, having capable backups that can come in and still play at a winning level is going to be important for Seattle.
Coming into this year, or before this Myles Garrett trade, there's been conversation about, okay, who's better, the Rams or the Seahawks? And I obviously a lot more people were leaning towards the Rams than the Seahawks. Mm-hmm. With this move, I wouldn't be mad if anybody said that the Rams were better than the Seahawks. And over here in Seattle, these guys have a chip on their shoulder because we talk to players, we hear what they see and hear in social media, and they didn't like the so-called disrespect. What's the feel for the Rams when you hear these guys talk about the Seahawks and the division and the conference? Are they presenting themselves as champions already? Like, just walk me through what you feel when you talk to the organization.
Well, first of all, I was in the minority that had the Seahawks slightly ahead of the Rams, this offseason. I actually predicted that the Rams wouldn't make the playoffs, basically because I didn't feel like Stafford could get through another entire season healthy at 38 years old. And then if Ty Simpson's going to have to play, that's a significant drop-off back at quarterback. Whereas if Jimmy Garoppolo was there, you're talking about a guy that's your backup that's played the Super Bowl, that could go out and has shown that he could win games. And so I kind of had given Seahawks the nudge as the defending Super Bowl champs, kind of respecting, what they were able to accomplish a year ago. The Myles Garrett trade obliterates all that. I mean, when you add a defensive player of the year to your defense that struggled a little bit against Seattle and the impact that he's going to have, I think it does put the Rams over the top in terms of just talent level. And the betting folks, have responded to that. The Rams are 6-1 favorites to win the Super Bowl now. They've moved up. The fact that a non-quarterback can, drive odds up just kind of speaks to where Myles is at in terms of his playing ability. That said, I think it's a great opportunity for Seattle to kind of, like you said, use that us against the world mentality as, the defending Super Bowl champs, and have that chip on your shoulder because they are being disrespected. Nobody is picking them to repeat as Super Bowl champs, because of everything else that's happened around the league. So, again, as the defending Super Bowl champs, it's unique to kind of be able to sneak underneath the radar like I think Seattle is going to be able to do in the first half of the year.
Do you think there's a little, I don't want to say hypocrisy, that's too dramatic a word, a less extreme version of hypocrisy in people, because I completely agree with you, Eric, and I think people are expecting a sort of regression for Seattle, including for its biggest stars, right? Oh, JSN isn't going to have, 1,800 yards or whatever, but maybe not expecting it for the Rams, and to me that feels a little unfair. Like, I think Matthew Stafford is absolutely phenomenal, but I don't know why it's fair to expect that he won't regress from an MVP caliber season, or that Puka wouldn't maybe have some regression. Do you think that there's a little bit of that going on, or is that is it fair that there's two different standards for these offenses and teams?
I don't think it's fair, but I think that's just kind of the league. Again, you're in South Alaska. Nobody even really knows where Seattle is in terms of the rest of the country. And so that's just the way that the league and people nationally view the Seahawks. I think they do feel like they got a little bit lucky. I don't think they believe Sam Darnold is going to play like he did in the previous year. But you're right. I mean, this is the first time that Stafford has won the MVP award. He's 38 years old. Is he going to play 17 games again? The last time he did that was 2021. He had a bad back going into the season and didn't even participate in training camp. You generally don't get healthier as you get older. I witnessed this a little bit when I covered the Chargers in 2018. Rivers played out of his mind that year, and they ended up losing on the road to the Patriots. We're 2 steps away from making the Super Bowl. The following year, they were awful. They just kind of dropped off a cliff. Rivers really struggled. He struggled staying healthy, struggled with overall play. And so it was a steep drop-off from, where he had been the previous season. I think that's kind of what can happen late in your career. We're kind of witnessing it with Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh. Yeah. So we'll see if Stafford can continue to play at an MVP level, but I think the odds are against that happening.
Well, I ran out of time. I did have one question about the Arizona Cardinals, but I think the Cardinals are okay with us staying away from them. We'll just have to get to that next time. He is.
We'll talk to them about them in 2027.
Exactly. We'll table it, and we'll get you on later for it. Fox Sports NFC West reporter Eric Williams. Always great to chat with you. Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Let's get to 4 Down territory.
This is 4 Down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, Bump. What's a sign that Vrabel's ready to make a run next year?
Vrabel's ready. He's not hiding. You know why he's not hiding? Because one of my athletes that I train plays for the Patriots, and he played in a softball tournament, celebrity softball tournament. Guess who ran out there at the softball tournament?
Vrabel?
Vrabel ain't hiding.
Wow.
Vrabel's like, look, man, I have to act as if nothing has happened and I am the head coach of the football team. That's the only way to do this, man. I know that some people expected him not to be the head coach, but there's no indication that he will not be ready to go and coach his team next year. And you know what? I think that's the only way to do it. If he were to go into hiding and we never see him, then he looks even more guilty. We know he's guilty. But this is the healing process. You got to put yourself out there and take whatever's thrown at you. And he's done that so far. So I thought that was interesting. My kid sent me a video of him going yard at a softball game. I'm like, damn, let's go. And I see Vrabel out there. I go, oh, snaps, your coach is still out there.
Worried.
He's like, yeah, man, we're moving right now. So Vrabel ain't hiding. He's ready to go.
Second down. An interesting twist on the national conversation. How did the Seahawks have an edge on the Rams right now?
The Rams have had a great offseason. Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, Myles Garrett. You look at the defensive line, they look good. We know offensively what they have returning. Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, all that. And you're looking at the matchups and saying, what is this offense going to do against Myles Garrett? You know where the Rams have not improved is special teams. They have one of the best or the worst special teams units in the game. So right now, I'm still looking at the punt return for a touchdown. I'm still looking at the muffed kick. I'm still looking at the missed field goals and saying they do not value special teams the same way that the Seahawks value special teams. The Seahawks went and got Irv Charles, I think his name is, wideout from the Jets, who only played 50 snaps offensively and about 200-plus snaps on special teams. Why? Because of special teams. You got to get better there. They went and dragged Henderson, a gunner, because they want to get better at special teams. The Rams do a good job of adding talent offensively and defensively, but that's where they're lacking. That's what hurt them last year. You've said it before. Like, it's not just a two-point conversion that lost that game. It's some of your special teams units. So, yes, they should get all the hype right now. It should be headlining ESPN, our show, the show after us. They should, because they went and got the best defensive player in the game right now, the guy who set the single-season record, the guy who has 20 more sacks than anybody else the last 5 years. What they have not done, they've gotten better on special teams. And I guarantee you, Myles Garrett will not be playing special teams for the Rams. He's not a returner. He won't be on kickoff cover. Maybe he'll probably be on field goal block. Probably on field goal block. But other than that, you got to get some guys. So Rams, I hope you guys are patting yourselves on the back. I hope that you're drinking all the Kool-Aid because there's a quiet storm over here in Seattle that's going to use that energy to get at y'all week, 16 or something like that. But special teams, they still ain't done nothing.
See, that special teams work is how you make the team. Someone needs to tell Myles.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? That's what gets you over the edge.
That's how you get paid
That's
right
how you
there.
get paid. Third down. What matchup are you most looking forward to in week 1?
All right, so there's no secret that the Patriots got A.J. Brown.
Uh-huh.
And he's one of the bigger, stronger receivers in this game. And he's physical. He's also technical. He's not the most technical, but he is technical. He's like a better version of DK Metcalf, right? Josh Job's going to have his hands full, and I think he's ready for that challenge. When I talk to people across the league, Josh Job is the strongest DB that we have. And then sometimes they'll move him in a slot. You're going to have Spoon on him, maybe even Imawari at times, depending on what they're doing. But for the most part, I'm going to watch the Josh Job, A.J. Brown show. I think that's going to be fun to watch. I think they're going to challenge him. Drake May likes to push the ball down the field and see if Job is going to be in position. Are you going to press him? He's aggressive. Typically, Josh Job is. Are you going to walk up? Are you going to play off? That's a matchup that I think a lot of people nationally aren't going to care about because they don't know Josh Job like we know Josh Job. Like we know this dude. And they're just going to watch A.J. Brown work. But if you have a chance, I know it's a long time from now, 99 days from now when the football season starts, I'm going to look at that matchup. And if Josh Job can have himself a day, week 1, against A.J. Brown, he will have officially arrived nationally and get the love that he deserves.
4th down. We were earlier joined by Fox Sports NFC West reporter Eric Williams. Anything stand out from Eric?
Yeah, I'm just glad that he said he was one of the few that picked the Seahawks before the Myles Garrett deal because that's real. I felt like it was like 80-20 people picking the Rams over the Seahawks. And then I'm watching Get Up this morning. And Greeny put a list together. You see that list?
I didn't see the list, but I heard Schefter.
Greeny put a list together. He said teams with a chance to win the Super Bowl. Of course, it was the Rams with the shortest odds. They deserve it. The Cowboys.
Okay.
The Bengals.
Wait.
He put the Bengals in there.
Were the Seahawks on it?
Seagulls were not on that list. They were not on the list, man. And I forgot who the other two teams were, but he just completely ignored the Seahawks. But then
he's a New Yorker.
Schrager came in and corrected him. Was like, man, what about the Seahawks? Like, put them on the list. And
God.
Yeah. So listen, I get it now, and I prefer it now. Honestly, I prefer the Rams to get all this hype. I prefer the Rams to be talked about like that. So I think we operate our best when we're underdogs over here. So it's all good to me. But no, I was surprised that Eric picked the Seahawks over the Rams because he does cover the NFC West, specifically in Los Angeles.
And he really, I don't want to say likes the Rams like a fan, but he has covered that team so much and has seen so much behind the scenes that I think he just has a very deep respect for what they do. Like he knows a ton about that team in particular, and is normally right with all of his predictions when it comes to like what they're going to do or impressing people, including a couple seasons ago when they were slow out the gates and was like, I would not rule out the Rams. I'm not shocked, but like disappointed is that the right word in Greeny? To have 5 choices and not even have the Seahawks as one of them is pretty wild.
Yeah.
It's not shocking. Again, he's a New Yorker. Love Greeny. Love that whole crew. Love Get Up. But I just, when people have the chip on the shoulder and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, everyone's doubting you. With the Seahawks, it's true. It's like sometimes I feel like, am I catering to some kind of like Homer take by saying people are doubting them? Like, am I sounding like man yelling at clouds? But Julian Love was right. Yeah. The disrespect is actually pretty real.
Let me respond to Ryan from Tacoma. He says the Rams hired a new special teams coordinator. Xavier Smith choked, but I bet it doesn't happen again. They've also drafted a lot of talent that will help them on special teams. Look at their draft and show me where the special team help is going to happen. You draft a quarterback, a tight end, an O-tackle, a wide receiver in C.J. Daniels that does not do returns, and a D-tackle in Tim Keenan in Alabama. Don't just be talking, dog. Come on now. Come on, Ryan. You're better than that. They have not gotten better. They hired a new special team coach mid-season. That didn't work. I'm talking about specifically. The Hawks have specifically addressed certain parts in the draft and free agency. I'm not hating on the Rams, but that's where we have the edge right now.
Well, continuing with this conversation, it will not surprise you to know that yet another national voice thinks the Seahawks were basically handed a Super Bowl title because of Charbonnet's Week 16 recovery. That's coming up next.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Drayer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. And once again, we have two convenient locations to purchase your doors from. Our main showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. And our Marysville store with warehouses full of factory seconds and closeouts. Whether you would like something brand new or have a little more time than money and wouldn't mind putting a little work into a factory second, we may just have what you're looking for. For all of your door needs, please visit us on 15th Avenue Northeast in Shoreline or on Cedar Avenue in Marysville and online at franklumber.com.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Mariners and Mets tonight at T-Mobile. First pitch at 6:40, 5:30 pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Around the Diamond is sponsored by Klein Jewelers.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Oh, look, another national voice thinks the Seahawks were handed a Super Bowl title because of Zach Charbonnet's Week 16 fumble recovery, good for a 2-point conversion. This time, it was on Get Up, and it's Adam Schefter.
And let me throw in one other factor that I think lingers out there. Let's go back to maybe the most important play of the NFL season last year, when Zach Charbonnet, on a Thursday night Week 16 game, recovered a fumble in the end zone against the Los Angeles Rams to win that game. That game won the Seahawks the NFC West. That game won the Seahawks home field advantage. That game meant that the NFC Championship game was played in Seattle, and the Seahawks won that game and went on to win the Super Bowl. When the Rams felt that they were every bit as good as the Seattle Seahawks.
Yep.
When the Rams didn't win that game, they went into this offseason hell-bent on making moves to dethrone the Seahawks. And that led to them trading a first-round pick for Trent McDuffie, the cornerback from Kansas City. And that led to them continuing to badger the Cleveland Browns until they finally relented and traded Myles Garrett to the Los Angeles Rams yesterday.
You know, Adam's actually right, Bump. I don't think we'd ever seen this before in the NFL. It was the rare 16-point conversion. You've never seen it. It's absolutely unreal. No, I'm going to save myself from ranting this time around, but I will stand by that it's a really dumb take. And I hate that it's Adam Schefter saying it. It's not. I'm not surprised, but Adam, we all watched this. It was Thursday Night Football. We all saw this game. We all saw the comeback.
Adam's not a analyst. You know,
Exactly.
he's a contract guy. He's
a text from agents guy.
Yeah, you know, when he's the best at it.
Yeah.
But he's not an analyst. Like, there was a interception that Sam threw. The Rams didn't get any points off of that. They got to punt the ball. Yeah, there are things that happen during a football game that affect everything. It's a chain reaction. So this is part of the chain reaction. They didn't take care of business on other points, and the Hawks did. So it's disappointing, but it's not surprising because Adam's not he knows the game. I'm not saying he doesn't know football, but that's not his lane, though.
Yeah. No, it's a really bad take. Now, the one thing I think Adam is right about, and that's maybe even more interesting to me now, is at the very end, Bump, where he says the Rams spent the offseason trying to exact revenge on the Seahawks. The Rams thought they were the best team in football. That, I believe. I believe the Rams thought they were the best team in football, that this opportunity to get to a Super Bowl was taken from them. I mean, remember Puka Nacua in the NFC Championship game complaining about officiating? And I know that Sean McVay was like, hey, you can't do that. Like, you need to, stop complaining publicly. But I guarantee you that Sean McVay and everyone else was not pleased and felt like the Rams deserved to go. And I also believe, Adam, that these moves they made, going to get Trent McDuffie, getting Myles Garrett, is very specifically to get through the NFC West, to get through the Seahawks, and to get to what they feel is rightfully their place in the Super Bowl.
You know what it is, too? I think with there is a Rams bias going on here because they're in Los Angeles. The Super Bowl is in Los Angeles this year. Matthew Stafford was MVP. Like, there are reasons for people to focus on that, right? But it's like, focus on that for this year. Last year's in the books already. Last year, they could have beaten the Hawks at the conference championship game. If they were that much better than them, then they probably should have taken care of it then and got her done. That's over with. You know what I'm saying? I get all the Rams hype this year going into the 2026 season because they made some moves, but why are we still talking about that? You should be talking about the Rams, like you said, are making these moves to take down the Super Bowl champions Seattle Seahawks. Not, well, they're lucky they got that Super Bowl. No, they beat these dudes twice. Beat them twice, man. Come on. It's getting annoying at this point.
You also can't say ever, you're not saying it, but like the idea of a team being lucky that they're lucky they drew the Patriots for that one. They had to get there. And then, like, look, I'm just being honest. The Rams then went on to lose to the Falcons after they missed out on, I guess. It was a weird 2-point conversion. I don't think we'll ever see that again. I get it. I would completely feel the same way. But I would also be, if the roles were reversed and the Rams had won and the Seahawks had lost, I'd also be complaining about a defense giving up 16 points. And you make a really good point about the opportunities they had later to get points off those Darnold interceptions and not doing it. I completely forgot about that.
I like, too, somebody pointed this out. They're not talking about after that the Rams lost to Atlanta, too.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that there just shows you how not invincible these guys were. They talk about them as if they were just unbeatable and no one got them. They lost to the Eagles. They lost to San Francisco. They lost to Carolina. This is the NFL, man. Things are going to happen. So it's I can't wait till this talk is over and we can just square up and get after it.
It never will be. It never will be. Because this is going to be the same as, like, the Yankees. It's just, with L.A. and New York, there's always going to be this kind of attention that they command. And the Cowboys I'll throw in as well. There's always going to be an attention that they command by virtue of being those massive media markets and shiny teams. And the Rams are good. The Rams are really good. Like, there are great cases. You've made them. There's a great case you can make for the Rams that doesn't involve that game at all.
Yeah.
Let's move on a little bit. Do you have any weird superstitions?
Weird superstitions? No, not really.
Curtis, any weird superstitions for you? Weird ones?
No. I mean, nothing that comes to mind.
Matt, weird superstitions?
Just the basic ones.
What are the basics?
Don't step on cracks.
Oh,
don't
got it.
walking
under ladders.
See black cats, bad luck.
Well, I think this one probably has all of us beat because I've got a couple as well, but they're like you where it's like just kind of standard ones. I can guarantee you that nothing we do or have heard of is weirder than what University of Texas player Hannah Wells does for good luck. This is a report from Holly Rowe.
Crazy. I have some sources in the Texas dugout who have given me an incredible story on Hannah Wells. She has a superstition dating back to childhood that if she sees a ladybug, she eats it for good luck, swallows it whole. What? And so I was told that at the SEC tournament in Kentucky, she had a nice home run and she had ingested a ladybug before that. So this is a superstition. I have this on 2 different sources in that Texas dugout.
I thought that this was fake, that maybe they fed Holly Rowe a joke. Not that there's not respect for Holly Rowe, but there's video of it confirming that she does, in fact, eat these ladybugs.
You know who's in the softball finals? Texas and Texas Tech.
Maybe it works.
Maybe it works. I had a ladybug land on me during my golf.
Did you eat it?
No, I just let it chill until it was time for it to fly away and said, okay, I'm going to ball out now.
But if I told you that eating ladybugs has gotten Hannah this far, would you be a little tempted to just try it?
No, because I would say your NIL has gotten you this far because there's talent on that Texas team.
Probably like an M&M.
Poor ladybug. All they do is eat plants and stuff.
It's very like human sacrificey. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, look, a ladybug for good luck. It's like, and now we have to kill it.
Yo, I mean,
this is insane.
She has gotten this far, so I guess it's working for her.
I thought it was fake. I really was convinced that this was just fake, and part of me still thinks it is. But like, with confirmation of you eating bugs, there was a kid in my elementary school that ate bugs, and
his reputation has followed him now into adulthood.
I still remember this as an adult, as a 25-year-old adult woman. Thank you. I still remember.
I thought you're 26.
Yeah, exactly. I still remember this kid eating bugs in elementary school. Hannah, no offense.
You're an
baller,
adult.
but like it is weird. I fear it's weird. Speaking of weird, A.J. Brown already gave an exclusive interview to Maria Taylor this morning on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, the podcast. Taylor couldn't help but notice that Brown had a Patriots rug in his house, but apparently it had already been there for years.
I have a real question. When did we get this rug right here? Where did this come from?
It came from Amazon, but definitely a few years now. It's been here for a while.
While you were an Eagle, you had this rug in your house?
Absolutely.
You got to tell me why.
Some things just never change. This is my team. This is my team since I was a kid. So it didn't matter. I was doing what I was supposed to be doing as an Eagle, but this is it.
Had it for a few years.
Cap.
You don't believe it?
I don't know, maybe.
I think Maria should have gone over and just shaken it to just smell it, see if it smells brand new.
If that's the case, he's absolutely wrong for that. He's wrong for that. His alliance should always be for the team that's giving him millions to live in the house that he lives in. He should put that to the side. Maybe when you retire, you go back to that team. But as soon as I was picked up by the Hawks and got employed by the Hawks, my childhood team, still got a little love for him, but I got to rock with Seattle. My brother who's listening right now is going to be on my head, but he knows that.
He's already on you for saying Duggo.
He is. But
that's the best thing I did today, honestly. I've done my job.
No, you didn't do your job. You know what you did? You distracted me. And I was gonna land the plane. And I landed it, but it was like a Vegas landing. You ever flown to Vegas? Boom, that plane be landing tough.
It was like that a little bit in Arizona, too.
They run out the Duggo as a team.
Out the Duggo as a team. The Duggo's coming up at 1 p.m. Let's go around the diamond. The Mariners go for win number 8 in a row tonight. This one against the Mets. Pregame starts at 5:30 p.m. First pitch at 6:40 p.m. on Seattle Sports. That's Around the Diamond, brought to you by Klein Jewelers Edmonds. Hype Train coming your way next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Hey, when was the last time you inspected your crawl space or your attic? What's the last time you went in there just to see what kind of shape they're in? Oh, never? Yeah, same. I don't want to go in there. Most homeowners completely avoid those areas, but it is important to check on them regularly. It's why you call Crawl Pros. They'll come out and go where you don't want to. Hey, it's Mike Salk here. And yes, when Crawl Pros came out to my place, they realized we had a little problem with our insulation. So they've set about fixing it, and they did a great job. But if you've got the same problem, they'll also look to see what kind of energy rebates are available. Right now, local utility companies are incentivizing homeowners to make their home more energy efficient with proper insulation. And some homes qualify for several $1,000s in savings with these utility rebate programs. So don't just assume your crawl space and attic are in great condition. Do what I did. Call Crawl Pros today and schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection and find out if you've got water intrusion, mold, rodent issues, or even damaged insulation. Schedule your crawl space and attic inspection at crawlpros.com.
Hey, it's G. Scott. Let's talk real for a sec. Summer is supposed to be about sunshine and kids having fun. But when the kids are home all day, that grocery bill, yeah, it grows fast. That's why I want you to know about Sunbucks and why our friends at Safeway are helping get the word out. If your family qualifies, you can receive $120 per child to spend on groceries this summer. Food in your cart and a little less pressure on that budget. And let me be clear about this. There's no catch, no judgment. This program is simply about making sure kids have enough to eat when school is out. Here's the important part. Many families are enrolled automatically, and a card may already be headed to your mailbox. But some families do need to apply depending on income and where you live. So take a couple minutes and check. Visit freesummermeals.org. That's freesummermeals.org. Safeway, looking out for your family this summer. Once again, that's freesummermeals.org.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a hospitality manager at a 5-star hotel.
So I just checked into room 318, but someone was in there.
Room 318. Oh, you were supposed to be booked in 813, which is now booked.
So what do we do?
How about rock, paper, scissors for who gets the bid?
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Saving energy simplified. Snohomish PUD's Rebate Center is your one-stop hub for cash back on energy-efficient upgrades. From heat pump water heaters to all-in-one washer-dryer combos. Whether you're planning a project or already made an upgrade in the last 90 days, the Rebate Center helps you check eligibility, submit receipts, and track your rebate status all in one place. Visit snowpud.com/rebates.
Mariners and Mets tonight at T-Mobile. First pitch at 6:40, 5:30 pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account. When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything. Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you are listening to Bump and Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Getting back to the Mariners coming up in less than 15 minutes. Right now, though, let's head to the station for Hype Train. And with good vibes to start this one. Mariners going for that 8th win in a row tonight with Game 2 against the Mets. The Mariners will make it 10 in a row.
A 10. If you know where that's from, I rock with you. You know where that's from, Stacy? A 10.
Yeah.
Where?
Where do you think it's from?
Curtis, you know where that's from?
I just know show to you a 10.
I give it a 10 from Varsity Blues. Look it up. I can't talk about the scene, but yes, a 10. Who's on the mound? We got Gilbert on the mound today. Gilbert doing his thing, going up against Jonathan. Look at Jonathan. You know what? I don't even need to know who's on the mound. All right? We doing this. All right? 8 in a row. Here we go. Let's get it. Colt Emerson's going to hit another bomb today,
Train
too.
was 10 in a row.
Oh,
Yeah,
10?
10 in a row.
Oh,
So they
you know
would have
what?
to
Make it
switch.
11. Make it 11.
Oh, wow.
Make it 11.
Wow. The Mariners will make it 10 in a row. At least Bump is boarding saying make it 11. Curtis, the Mariners will make it 10 in a row. That includes a win tonight, tomorrow, and the day after.
Do you think when Jonah Tong's at a barbecue, he walks up to the grill and goes,
It's annoying because
Hey,
I
it's
knew
me.
where you were
Yeah.
going.
because it's Tongs?
Yeah, no, Tongs, yeah.
Yeah, they're making it 10 in a row. They're sweeping the Mets. The Mets are hopeless this year. They're real bad. So, yeah, double digits, baby. Here we go.
Yes, I'm boarding this train. Why would we not? Why would we not? Next up, NBA Finals tips off tomorrow. Spurs, Knicks.
Come on now.
The Spurs will beat the Knicks. Sorry, New York, your drought continues.
Here's the thing about the Knicks. The Knicks are the uncles that aren't old, right? They're like late 20s, early 30s. I'm the old uncle. You can be the young auntie.
Thank you.
And the Spurs are like the juniors and seniors in high school. Like, they can get at him. They can get at him. They're good enough to beat the old uncles. The old uncles are good enough to beat the young ones. Who is going to last? But the young ones have an alien on their team. And he comes from a place that we've never seen before.
We never
And
traveled there.
I feel like the alien is going to get her done. Cat's going to have a big and going to have to play really good against the Spurs. But there's something about the Unks, man, that just scares me.
So which
Something
one?
about the Unks.
Which one?
I'm going
Spurs.
Knicks. I'm going
Okay,
Knicks.
okay,
I'm
you're
going
not
Knicks.
boarding.
I'm going Knicks.
The Spurs beat the Knicks in the NBA Finals. Bump is not boarding. He said, I don't care if you've got an alien. It is hard for me to overlook the guys, this group that New York has. Curtis, are you boarding? The hype train is the Spurs win.
I mean, normally the collective effort in the NBA, when you have more stars on your team, that is the formula. But there is no star that shines brighter than Victor Wembanyama right now. I think it's the Spurs winning this series. I'm boarding this train. The Spurs do win their 6th title. First since 2014. It's been a minute, but yeah, I think Victor Wembanyama is.
I want them to
is
win.
here.
Now, Bump, remind me how many games the Western Conference Final went?
7.
Thank you. And how many of those games do you think Air Corgi correctly predicted?
All of them, apparently.
7. Game by game, in order, Air Corgi correctly predicted what would happen. Air Corgi has also made a prediction for the NBA Finals, also in 7. And she's got the Spurs winning it. I'm going Spurs in 7 because I can't fight
Can't go
science.
against
I'm a
Corgi.
believer in science,
Okay.
and unfortunately, Air Corgi has proven 100% that she's right. So next
I hope
up,
she's right.
baseball will have a salary cap in 2027.
Negative. Not boarding. Not happening. Not happening.
Not convinced.
Players
you.
gonna go on strike. They're gonna hold signs in front of the ballparks,
Lockout.
and they're gonna have little chants going on. And it's not happening. They get paid way too much money.
Next up. Sorry, not next up. Curtis. Sorry, Matt. Baseball will have a salary cap in 2027. Are you boarding?
I thought Bryce Harper's comments yesterday were interesting, where he basically said both sides need to be cognizant of like what's at stake in all this, where they don't want to lose games because of all the momentum that has been building in baseball, where ratings are up, revenue's up, everything is up in baseball. And if you lock the players out and there's no season in 2027, then that's going to undo all the progress that's been made. And Harper brought up a really good point too, and that he's like, compared now to 1994, there's just way more stuff for people to go do than there was in 1994.
Yeah.
So like if we lose fans now, we may never see them ever again, which made me kind of think, are the players kind of softening a little bit on a salary cap if it means the floor is where it's going to be at 171, or at least that's what the initial offer was from the owners. I don't want to see it, but I think that's just kind of where we're headed in Major League Baseball. So I'm going to say yes, there's a salary cap in 2027. We're boarding this train. Reluctant.
Yeah.
Very reluctant.
Yeah,
Logical.
I
Go with your heart.
think I'm boarding as well. The players' initial, MLBPA's initial response made me think like, oh my God, not only are we going to get a lockout, but like, when are they going to play baseball? When are they going to come to an agreement on this? But the owners also just don't really lose, man. Like they'll shut those doors. So yeah, I think it's just going to happen, maybe with some concessions given up. We have time for one more. Let's go one more here. I was thinking back to that Adam Schefter cut where he said this play, Zach Charbonnet's 2-point conversion recovery for 2 points, won Seattle the game. That I think is wrong. I think it is incorrect that a weird 2-point conversion was a fluke and won Seattle that game that they otherwise would have lost. The Rams gave up a 16-point lead. You lost that game because of your defense and special teams. However, what I think is right is that Thursday night football game did win Seattle the division. I think it was that massive. So this one's a little of an opinion base, kind of a weird one, but that Thursday night football game won Seattle the West and the Super Bowl. Like that was it. That was the defining game.
That Thursday game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was huge, right? Mentally, it could jack someone up. And just because I want to beat the Rams down, mentally, physically, spiritually, I want to say, yes, I'm on that train. Let's do the same in week 16. Is that when they got him 16?
Yes, I think so. Curtis, Thursday Night Football won Seattle the division. And maybe even the Super Bowl. Bump Sporting.
Were the teams tied with their records going into week 16, or did the Rams have a better record than the Seahawks going into that game?
I think the Rams at that point, I don't remember if they had the same record. The Rams technically had the win over them, but obviously it was a tiebreaker that was going to be matched or broken no matter what. But, I mean, losing it would have given the Rams.
They had the same record heading into that game, both 11-3. So there was still, 2 weeks left after that. And then the Rams lost to the Falcons. So, no, I don't think it necessarily won the Seahawks the division. I think the game over the 49ers, that was the division clinching game. So I am not going to board this train that Thursday night game specifically is what won the Seahawks the division.
I don't think Curtis went with analytics. He didn't go with the mental
just
game.
Feel and vibes. I am boarding this one, but we gotta hit break and come back with the Mariners. It's only June, but the Seattle Mariners have a massive opportunity. That's next.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Drayer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Hi, Andy Klein here. There's something special about a baseball game. The moments and the memories. At Klein Jewelers, that's exactly how we feel about our diamonds. They're a beautiful reminder of life's biggest moments. We're here to help you find the perfect diamond or beautiful piece of jewelry to celebrate your engagement, anniversary, birthday, promotion, or just because. Klein Jewelers by the Fountain in downtown Edmonds. Shine with Klein.
Hi, Chef John Howie here. At Sea Star Restaurant and Raw Bar in Bellevue, we've been serving the East Side for more than 24 years. We love serving our guests and creating wonderful memories. We also love serving the community, from local schools to amazing organizations like Hope Link, the American Cancer Society, Bellevue LifeSpring, and so many more. I want to thank you, our guests, for supporting Sea Star all these years, making it possible for us to serve and help those in need. Thank you. SeastarRestaurant.com.
Michael is in his 70s, and he was dealing with an injury.
I had tears in my rotator cuff. Just the discomfort of going about everyday life. Day-to-day things were not comfortable or almost impossible, but just being inactive was troubling.
He was in a great deal of pain.
I started trying to learn how to brush my teeth with my left hand, and you can't do it. It was ridiculous.
Searching for answers, Michael found Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, where he underwent stem cell therapy.
You know, I played basketball Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so I'm getting my shot back. It's not back to where it was, but hey, before I couldn't even do anything. So 100% improvement of what it was.
Wow, that's great to hear. Would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I can share without a doubt that it helped me, and I'm grateful for that.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com. AdvanceHair.com.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
70 and sunny this week, so get out on the water with ARC, the 100% electric boat. They're doing demos on Lake Union, Lake Washington, and Lake Sammamish. Book one and see what they're all about. I got to ride in the brand new ARC Sport, and it was unlike anything I've experienced. Think of a luxury EV on water, quiet, powerful, easy to operate, heated seats and seat backs, a large touchscreen display. Schedule your demo at arcboats.com/demo. If you can't make it to Kirkland, they'll pick you up. arcboats.com/demo.
This is a test of your emergency alert system.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most, after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife, Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners won yesterday, extending their win streak to 7 games. After sweeping the Diamondbacks, they walked it off in their series opener against the Mets. It was another strong outing for Emerson Hancock, who gave up just 2 runs on 2 hits.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. I know it's only June, which is like not super early, but early enough to where you can kind of brush off a lot.
Can you believe it's already June?
Oh my
gosh. Can you believe it?
I don't sound like that. I don't sound like that.
Oh my god.
I don't sound like.
Guys.
Can you believe it's already June?
It's already June.
It is already June. It's June 2nd, and it is not so early that nothing matters with your team and you can't be worried or frustrated. But it is early enough to where this team is still developing and growing, and the version you see now has a chance to improve by virtue of a trade deadline or just internal development. That's true. That being said, it's that weird time of the year where I think a really strong division lead in a bad division is something you can hang on to.
Yeah.
And I think that's the Mariners' opportunity right now in front of them, is that in arguably the worst division in baseball right now.
Right here?
Right here.
Right now.
Right now. You're on an 8-game win streak, or a chance to make it 8. Oh, God.
Come on, lean into it, Stacy.
No.
Come on.
I don't want
Finish your thought.
No, the Mariners.
Come on.
The Mariners right here, right now.
Come on.
With a chance to get an
There you
8th
go.
win.
There you go.
And continue to build.
Yeah.
And take over the
Yeah.
AL West. It just doesn't feel mean, man. It's like hitting on
come
a shoe
on,
that's too
man.
big.
Come on. If people could see you during commercial breaks, they'd be like, Stacy can definitely do it.
No, it is great, though, because I forget who, it might have been Jeff Passan. I'm going to get to his sound a little bit later in this segment. But he said, look, when this division's so bad, like, you're kind of looking at one team to finally just run away with it. And there's kind of one team, the Mariners, that are built to do that. They haven't done it, which is so incredibly frustrating. But, like, if the Mariners go on, let's say, 10, 11, 12 wins. Now, that's incredibly difficult to do. But if they have a really hot June, end of May, and a hot June here, especially doing so without Cal and Brendan Donovan, who's going to take it from them? And I know that sounds like hubris, so I'll knock on wood. But, like, this is a division where you can start to build on a very real lead now, right here, right now, despite it being June 2nd.
Yeah, you got an opportunity. 2.5 games in front of the Rangers, 3 in front of the A's, 5 against in front of Astros, and 9 in front of the Angeles of Los Angeles / Anaheim. This is an opportunity you've never had before because you've been chasing, right? You were chasing the A's. Pretty much everyone was chasing the A's for the most part, and then maybe the Rangers got into the mix a little bit. But this is when good teams put their foot on the gas and say, let's go. We put ourselves in this position. We're playing some good baseball. Now it's time to capitalize. You look at the rest of the year, who these guys have coming up, maybe in the next few series. You have the Mets obviously finishing this one. You got Detroit. You got Baltimore. You have Washington, and then Baltimore again. This is a run, a run where I can see yourself gaining at least minimum 4-5 games more against the other Rangers.
And now you're over 500 while leading your division, which is cool, which is very cool. No, I think that they have a real chance here to continue to build on that. What to you over, let's say, the 7-game win streak, the best win streak in baseball, best record over the last 10 in baseball right now? What to you has been the most impressive thing?
Just the bats hitting bombs again because they were hitting. I mean, they were middle of the pack. They were like 15th in MLB when it comes to hitting the long ball. And the way that we saw this team entering the season was that there's going to be so much pop and power on this lineup. Unfortunately, you lose Kyle Raleigh for a bit, but you lost him, and then the bats seemed to get stronger. I think I wrote in our show email that the power can come from anywhere in this lineup at this point. I mean, Cole Emerson at the bottom of this thing is going yard and showing some pop.
Homer yesterday.
You got Cole Young, who's capable of doing it. You got Dom Canzone, who's capable of doing it. You got Luke. There's never really a break in this lineup right now as they're playing right now when it comes to the threat of hitting the long ball. And then the arms is being who we expect them to be. I mean, Cole Emerson has been amazing. You got the piggyback actually worked, I think. It actually worked. Yes, there were some tempers. There was some awkwardness. You know, it's kind of like, have you ever been at someone's house and you're at your friend's house and they get in trouble and they're getting scolded and you're just in the room like.
I thought you were going to say your friend's house and then they're married and they start arguing with their spouse.
I'm going back to back in the day.
Way back in the day.
And you're kind of like, damn, they walk in the room. You're like, you good?
Yes.
Like, should I leave? Like, you're like, no, you good. You can stay.
Your mom's ordering pizza, so I don't want to go.
Mom comes in and she's like, hey, act like nothing's wrong. That's what the piggyback felt like. It's like you see Castillo over there getting in his feels and then Dan sits down and talk to him. But it worked. It gave Castillo an opportunity to fix some things and instill confidence in the ball club. And Bryce just handled it like a professional because he was the one that got the short end of the stick when it came to that because he was the one who wasn't playing some bad ball and was performing. So, yeah, it's all those things.
Yeah.
It's all of them.
Let's stay with Donovan a little bit. The 425, just tuning in. Like, where were you? How dare you? Maybe I missed it, but what the heck are they going to do with Donovan when he comes back? Let's talk about Donovan, Cal, what this team has looked like, and then what they're going to, I don't want to say do with both these guys. We know what's happening with Cal, but kind of how they take shape with them coming back. This was Jeff Passan with Brock and Salk this morning.
With the pitching being as good as it's been over the last week, with Colt Emerson, who is not going to be hitting in the 9 hole for very long, doing the sorts of things that you simply don't see 20-year-olds do in the big leagues. And knowing that Cal Raleigh will be back at some point, and, maybe we don't get the last year version of him, but we'll certainly get a better version of him, I would think, when he comes back than we saw the first time around. This is, at that point, a pretty fully formed team, and you throw Brendan Donovan back in the mix, and the reason that I picked the Mariners to go to the World Series this year is that team right there. That's what it looks like, and it looks on paper to be pretty darn good, and it's finally looking on the field like it's trying to match that.
When does Cal come back? How do they work in Donovan? And can they continue to work it out without the two of them here? Let's answer those three right now. Let's start with Donovan and kind of where he fits. Yeah, you're not moving, Cole.
You ain't moving, Cole.
You're not moving,
You ain't
Cole.
moving him. I think Donovan has to be just a utility guy who needs a break.
Mm-hmm.
One of your matchup guys, Dan and the analytics crew love some matchups going on. And you be the utility guy that you were brought over here to be, right? I think we felt like he was going to play that third base spot, but this was always part of the plan. Colt was always part of the plan. He was going to be moved up. So now I hope that Dan and the gang, they're already having this conversation with Don. We're not waiting until he shows up with his lunch pill. Like, hey guys, I'm back. Hey, what's going on?
This is information Donovan has.
Yeah, come on now. I hope you guys have learned from this piggyback situation. All right, we have to get ahead of things and make sure that we communicate. And I think Donovan is such a veteran and a pro that he would understand. Just like the same way JP understood, hey, you want me to take balls at third base, and I'll go over there and practice and get ready to go because we understand who Colt Emerson is. So what do you do with him? He's your data guy. Where does he fit best in these lineups and matchups and all that stuff? And he comes in and is serviceable.
Now, there is a world where, let's say, the league starts to respond to Colt Emerson and Colt is struggling and maybe you want to give him some days off or have more of a platoon there. I guess I want to keep that as like a possibility just because it is one possible outcome. It's not the one I think happens. What I think happens is moving Donovan to right, and then maybe you trade one of those bats. Maybe you figure out what else to do. Those have also been guys that are either a platoon, like Rayleigh has been part of a platoon. Robles
who
has
would you
been.
trade?
I mean, Dom Canzone, maybe. I'm not saying to do it. I'm saying that they could find themselves having one too many outfielders. I mean, Curtis, help me here. To me, does it make the most sense to move Donovan to right, and then now you kind of have one too many cooks in the kitchen?
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely giving yourself more outfield.
I'm just asking.
No, you're right.
And he's got history of playing the outfield more so than at like third base regularly, where he's been for the most part when he's healthy this season. But he's definitely an outfield option. And I mean, considering what you gave up to get Donovan and the fact that he's under contract for next year as well, like that's going to be an everyday player.
So a question for you that Bump didn't ask, but I am of my own accord. Well, who do you trade? Because suddenly you have one too many outfielders there.
That's
See, that's
tough,
the thing
man.
that Bump you're not considering.
No, it's who? Who am I getting rid of right now? Dom's playing some good
Well, I'll start with
ball
this.
right now.
Do you need to trade anyone?
I mean, you don't need to trade anybody right now. I mean, if you were going to, I think you look at it more from an acquisition standpoint, like who do you need to acquire? And that'd be, I think, a right-handed bat against a left-handed thrower.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my biggest need for the offense right now. And if you're going to subtract anybody, unfortunately, I look at Rob Refsnyder as kind of the guy right now.
Now we're talking.
Of like, if you're going to get rid of somebody from the 26-man roster, Rob Refsnyder is hitting $117, 9 hits and 77 at-bats.
But it was under 100.
Right. Now it's, he hasn't played a lot lately. He did hit that home run against the A's a few days ago. But, yeah, that is not going to cut it.
My thing, though, is what are you getting for Rob Refsnyder?
No, you're not getting anything for him.
You're
cutting
on.
him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's get to so to answer that, we don't think Donovan's going back to third. We think he's going into right field. We just don't know then what happens. Let's answer the second part of this, which is about a separate player coming back from the IL, Cal Raleigh. We know exactly what's happening with Cal when he comes back. What we don't know is when he comes back or what exactly he's going to look like. What does your guys' guts tell you about when we actually see Cal?
End of the month.
Late June?
Yep, end of the month. That's what I think. I think, Curtis pointed it out. When you do a full rehab, that's 10 of them things, right? And then you have to be so careful with him. Like, forget about the stats. I don't think they were thinking about the stats, but I think the average fan would be like, oh, what about his numbers and all that good stuff? Forget about the numbers. Your team is playing some good ball. You just make sure his timing is on point, and he's ready just to hit bombs when he comes back, because that's what this team's going to need from him. He's going to have a low average. He's going to strike out, but we need some bombs from him.
Curtis, pre or post All-Star break for Cal?
I'm going to stay hopeful and say pre-All-Star break is when we see Cal. But, like, if he does go on a full rehab assignment, as Bump said, you're looking at a timeline of at least late June right now, because I still think we're a couple weeks away from him going out on that rehab assignment. And then when he does, you're going to want to see him take a few days at DH. You're going to want to see him have a few, full games at catcher. You're probably going to have him play like a couple half games at catcher before you ramp him up to catching a full 9 innings. So it's going to be a while once he resumes baseball activities before we see him again. But, we're, a month and a half away from the All-Star break?
Well,
a month and a quarter away.
Brings us to our last question, in which case I'll need all three of us to look at the schedule here for June. How are we feeling about the Mariners getting by? And I know that they've won 7 in a row. It's looking great. I'm pleased with where this club is, and it feels like they're improving. How are we feeling about their June if you guys are right and we don't see Cal until the end of the month or even later?
Let me pull up right now.
I think this portion of the schedule is pretty advantageous for the Mariners.
Yeah,
Mets are bad. Tigers are bad. Orioles are underperforming. The Nationals have a winning record. You get the Orioles again, and then the Red Sox, who are bad. So of all the teams that you face over the next 3 weeks, the Nationals are the only one with an above 500 record. The end of the month, a little trickier. At Pittsburgh, at Cleveland. Both those teams have a winning record right now. But over the next 3 weeks, you've got a lot of opportunities to gain more ground in that American League.
Bump, are you less nervous, all that being said, with Cal potentially being out until closer to July?
They're playing their best baseball without him. Not to say we don't need Cal.
But you're saying they can be without him.
But they're playing their best baseball without him. Ride the wave. I think they'll be fine.
Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, the Mariners walked it off again. Third time in their last 4 games. Cole Young doing the trick last night.
The 1-0. Swung on, broken bat, looper left field. It's a base hit. Randy scores. The Mariners have done it again. The magic dust has been sprinkled here at T-Mobile Park. They've walked it off in extra innings for the 3rd time in the series. They've won 7 in a row. It's all Mariners. Unbelievable.
What's the real headline?
And what if I told you the Mariners are good? What then?
I believe it.
Huh?
I'd say finally. Like,
being encouraging.
It's something we've been waiting for. Not necessarily a 7-game win streak, but just some good baseball, some resilience, some walk-offs, some dominant performances, the bats getting hot again when it comes to the long ball, the arms being on point. It's just seeing all these little things at once and winning games in different ways. That's what I like about it, man. It's frustrating sometimes. You wish you can just beat a team 4-1, 5-2, but that's not how this thing goes. So, yeah, they are a good team.
I would love it if they were like absolutely obliterating the competition and you just kind of got to zone out and look at your phone by the 5th because the starter had been knocked out. But I also am very encouraged by them winning very close games, to your point, Bump. Like, yeah, it'd be cool if it was 5-0 and every single game was a shutout, but it's also very good to know they're never fully out of it. I needed that belief reignited because there had been too many games, especially to start this season, where it would be 2-1 or 3-1, Mariners are behind, and you'd be like, in any other situation, I would think that 2 or 3 runs is not so much to overcome, but I don't feel optimistic right now. And that was a horrible way to feel about a club that was so talented on paper. So I actually like that they've been kind of never out of it. Like yesterday, it's 2-1, Mets are up, and you're just thinking, I'm not seeing a lot of strikeouts. I'm looking at my scorebook, they've been struck out maybe 3 or 4 times through then. They'd had some hard hit balls that were caught just good defensive plays by the Mets. You're like, I don't think they're out of it, man. It's not good on paper, but like they're not playing horribly. And then Naylor gets a bomb to tie it. Obviously, we know what happened in the 10th, so I feel encouraged by a lot of what we've seen. Curtis, are you finding yourself tempted to do the "and what if I said" tick as well?
And what if I said the Mariners were good?
And what if I said, and what if I told you, Matt, my new thing that I've adopted. So after going to Arizona, I'm a new person. And the new thing I'm saying is, and what if I told you, I can't stop saying it.
Cool. So this will last as long as your water or lunch phase, and then we won't have to hear it ever again? Is that the plan?
Yes. Much like all the new identities I adopt, it lasts for about a week.
Wonderful. We just have to get through 1 week, folks.
And what if I told you it was more than a week?
And what if I told you it was time for the next headline?
Okay.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, Adam Schefter reports the Seahawks and Derek Hall have reached an agreement on a 3-year, $42 million extension. What's the real headline?
We have Myles Garrett at home. It sounds like I'm making fun of Derek, which I don't like. Congratulations to Derek Hall for getting this deal done. It's one the Mariners needed to do. Bump, the question I didn't ask you earlier is about the decision that they inevitably made in going with Hall over Boye, who they let walk in free agency. Was it the right move?
Yeah, I think all of our guys got slightly overpaid, that were taken. Sure. I think K9 was, I think Kobe was, and Boye. Reek, I'm happy for him, but there's always a hard line. I think I said this to you last week. Whereas I go to these auctions and I host these auctions with these auctioneers and all that stuff, and people will get like to $16,000 on an item, but $16,500 is too much. And I'm like, what's 500? You're already at 16.
You're already at that much.
You're already at $16,000. But some people just draw a line in the sand and say, I will not go past this. So, yeah, I think good for Derek Hall. I think he can be productive, and I think that he's a guy that's so athletic that he's still learning. So I'm excited for him.
You want to know the most... This isn't like an insane display of wealth, but this was like a reminder that like millionaires are just kind of different. I was at a charity. You might have been there too. It was for someone we know. It was a very cool charity event. And one of the things they were auctioning off, in addition to some really cool things, were just kind of like regular items. But the point is that people are donating to charity, so they're vastly overpaying for regular items. And one of the items was a box of cookies. Just like, think of like when you go to the store, when you walk into the grocery store and it's the bakery and those like soft sugar cookies at the entrance. It was like one of those. And a former professional athlete spent $5,000 on it because they know they're giving it to charity, so they don't care. But I was like, wow, we are very different. It was like $20. More than 20? I'm tapping out. $5,000.
I got caught with a bill.
Certified
one time.
good guy.
I was not ready for it. I went to an auction. I was like, hey, let's go. Let me just drive it up a little bit. Let me drive it up. And then it stopped. I'm like, oh, no.
Did you end up winning the item?
Yeah, I ended up giving it to my in-laws, though. It was like a trip to the Oregon coast or something like that.
Oh, man. Nothing makes you more nervous than being like, oh, I was just doing this to keep it moving.
Like not
$500,000 to Seaside.
Yeah, not me. Couldn't be me. Next up.
Headline rewrites.
Line number 3, Melinda Gates is joining the Kraken ownership group as a minority investor. What's the real headline?
Unless she's actually a big fan of Lane Lambert's defensive system, something tells me this is very NBA expansion.
I get it now. First time around, I'm like, explain it to me. But now I get it. Yeah, get in the mix. And you said something that I think was kind of cool. It's like a very female-driven ownership type deal, which I think is cool, man. So, Linda, she's done a lot of good things here in the community. Like she donates a lot of money, man. It's crazy how much she's given to people who are less fortunate. So why not?
She donates a ton to HBCUs too. I like her. She seems like a cool lady, and
cool gal.
I think for a lot of people that were feeling like they were looking for more signs that, because everyone felt like it was the carrot dangling in front of you for a Seattle fan base that desperately wanted the NBA to come back. Every couple months, every year, you hear something and then it ends up falling through. So I completely understand why the news that Shams broke earlier this year and all the subsequent things to fall from it are making some people just not quite perk up yet. Like, I understand why there are some people that are going, call me when there's actually a team here. But things like this, which sounds like a little story, it's our third headline. It's tossed in after, a Seahawks extension and the Mariners on a win streak. But these things are important.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe my real headline, instead of, a joke, should have been yet another sign that all of this is very real. This isn't just about the Kraken.
Yeah.
It's yet another sign the NBA to Seattle is very real.
I also understand why people are hesitant to believe. Because
yes, totally.
We've been teased with the team for years now, but you're right. You start seeing things, you have to put the pieces together, connect the dots, and try to make sense of it.
Yeah. Oh, someone said Stacy said Mariners. I think she meant to say Kraken. Yeah, sorry, probably.
See, I just let you go.
Well,
see, I just let you go.
But saying the wrong team isn't nearly as cool as saying Duggo.
It's worse, actually.
It is worse.
No,
it's worse because it's factually incorrect.
No,
but
it's not.
Saying they all got, what was it? They all got out of the Duggo. They walked out of the Duggo.
Dang, like that.
I can't.
When they run out. They run out the Duggo as a team.
Goodness gracious. They run out the Duggo as a team. Okay. And you know what? We're going to run out the Duggo as a family.
I'm going on vacation. I'm out of here.
You're listening to Bump and Stacy. Bump, so happy to have me back on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app. Well, there wasn't just one NFL trade the other day. We're taking a look around the NFL next.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
One thing y'all might not know about me is that I was pretty nice on the soccer pitch. Bump here. With football taking over our region this summer, it makes me think back to the love of the sport. I'm excited to hear about our listeners getting into the matches and falling in love with the sport too. Just like I hear from our listeners who make the trip up to Silver Reef Casino Resort. I've been telling you guys it's a hidden gem in the Northwest for a long time. This summer is a perfect way to go on a road trip and enjoy the weather. The destination is great. Book a tee time at Loomis Trails Golf Course and spend the night at Silver Reef. Make a weekend out of it or just take a personal day and enjoy the weekend. You deserve it. Relax in the deluxe room and enjoy a meal at the steakhouse. Have some fun at their sports restaurant and enjoy the Cantina, authentic Mexican restaurant. Plenty of reasons to go up there, and I haven't even mentioned the spa yet. I've been there. It is amazing. Book your stay at silverreefcasino.com. Silver Reef Casino Resort, silverreefcasino.com.
Do you need a new roof? Then trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing to get you taken care of this spring. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and secure $500 off your roof replacement. Right now, you can still take advantage of spring pricing and beat the summer rush. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Whatever the heat index, stay cool this summer. Ask your Bryant dealer to maintain your current system or install an energy-efficient Evolution system. Learn more and schedule an appointment with a factory-authorized dealer today at BryantNorthwest.com. Whatever it takes.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Progressive's accident response can detect and send help when you need it most after a major car accident. But other accidents, you're on your own. Like when you accidentally call your wife Mom. When you accidentally say Happy Holidays on someone's birthday. When you accidentally wave at someone you thought was waving at you. We can't help with those accidents, but Progressive's accident response provides peace of mind after major car accidents. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch, come on, meet me at the...
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney.
This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414.
Mariners and Mets tonight at T-Mobile. First pitch at 6:40, 5:30 pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
My first car sale was from Michigan. I get this lead. This guy had been looking for this very specific truck across the whole U.S., and he's concerned about rust. And I'm like, why don't we FaceTime? I will crawl beneath the truck. I literally was on my back beneath this vehicle, showing him all the welds that he wanted to see. He agreed, put down a deposit, held the truck, flew out that night from Michigan. I picked him up at the airport. He had his cashier's check. We went through everything, and that was my first car sale. So here's the catch. If you're willing to put a limit on what you're willing to do to be a good person, to help somebody out, or to help in the community, then that limit exists. So you don't. You just do what it takes to be the type of person you want to be and to help people like you hope that they would help you. And it doesn't matter. You just do what it takes.
The Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We haven't talked a lot about the other half of this trade. Browns GM Andrew Berry spoke to the media for the first time since dealing Myles Garrett. First, he said that the trade definitely wasn't a surprise to Myles.
Myles was a good communicator throughout the spring. We obviously talked through the coaching search, free agency, before the draft. He was good in terms of, sharing his travel plans in the offseason, things like that. So that was all very, very normal, as he's been accustomed to later in his career. We did not blindside Myles with the news yesterday. Obviously, was a well-tenured member of the organization, someone that we expect to retire a Brown. So he was made aware about a week ago that it was a possibility, and that's a courtesy that obviously we owe him. So the communication was good with him.
Yeah, it's good that they let him know that this trade was a very real possibility about a week ago, and Myles had been letting them know for weeks, Bump, that he would probably like to be traded. So I don't think the Browns were surprised by that either. Excuse me. Rams.
Eater? Not surprised by what? That eater?
The Rams weren't surprised by that either. The Rams Andrew Berry said the Rams satisfied everything they wanted in return.
We looked at, what the trade details were. We asked ourselves, okay, do we hold here because of how emotionally right it felt, or do we ultimately make a decision that we think has a huge benefit to the team in both the short and long term? I'd always told myself that if we were ever in a position where we were going to trade Myles, three things would have to be true. Number one, it would have to have short and long-term benefits. Number two, as part of the trade, a young, cost-controlled star at a premium position would have to be included. And the third piece is that there would have to be premium draft capital. There's a very small set of deals that really satisfy those constraints. So when it got to the point with our negotiations with the Rams, when all those things were satisfied, it really caused us to take a step back and think about really think about the decision.
I know it can be a boring take to say that both sides won the trade, but the Browns really did win here too.
They did. They got someone young who's a first rounder. You get a first rounder, you get some other picks. it looks like the Browns have done something to really help their organization in the long run. They thought they did it with Deshaun Watson. That backfired. There still ain't going to be nothing. I mean, they're not going to be a good team, but at least they got some capital.
Well, and you're doing something with it. Like this take from the 509, another idiotic moves by the hapless Browns. Trade the best defensive player in the game for draft picks they're going to waste on guys. I mean, yeah, maybe they waste those draft picks, but what were they going to do with Myles Garrett? They weren't going to win a Super Bowl with Myles Garrett. You're wasting Myles Garrett. You're paying him a ton of money to just kind of be there for you. It's kind of like a significantly better Max Crosby with the Raiders situation who was healthy. But it's the same thing of like, you're not winning with him now. So how are you not wasting him?
He's not going to be the piece that takes you to a championship.
No.
So why not have a chance to get more pieces? Are you going to pick the right guys? Chances say probably not with the Browns, but you have an opportunity.
Well, and look, what they need to do is find an answer at quarterback. They do technically have more opportunities to do that. Now, are those picks that they got from the Rams going to be number 1, 2, 3 overall? No. But their original picks are probably going to be that high.
Yeah.
You know, they don't need the Rams pick to be pick number 5 overall because they will probably have 3 or 4 overall, if not higher than that. There was another huge trade yesterday that we haven't talked about a ton. The Patriots acquired A.J. Brown from the Eagles. We obviously had heard rumors about this trade being done weeks ago. Mike Vrabel said that he's not concerned with how things went sour between the Browns. A.J. Brown and Philly. See, now I'm stumbling over my words here.
It gets in your head, don't it?
Here's Mike Vrabel.
Whatever happens or comes up, I think that I can't say that there's not going to be things that come up with AJ, with any single player, right? I think that this is a competitive game, highly competitive. Players want to win. Players want to do everything that they can to help their team. They want to make sure that people are on the right page. So I don't get into a lot of that. I think that what's the most important is that those things don't carry into the locker room, that they get handled. And you see that all the time on the sidelines. We want to have conversations in a meeting room. We want to have conversations at practice. Sometimes those conversations are animated, but it's all in the sake of trying to get on the same page and get right. So, again, I don't know what happened. I'm not trying to figure out what happened in Philadelphia. I'm trying to focus on what's going to happen here. And trying to get him acclimated to what we do and how we do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be that concerned about it either. Not only from my time with the Titans, if you're Vrabel, but this was very clearly an A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts / Philly problem.
Yeah, it's a different situation over there.
Exactly.
You have familiarity with your head coach. You have a team that's been to the Super Bowl, an offense that likes to push the ball down the field, an offensive coordinator who provides stability because in Philly there's a new coordinator every single year. Yeah, you don't worry about what happened there. You already have a relationship with A.J. Brown.
From the 425, nothing was funnier than when Bump said to Shannon, how did Han dandle it?
You just can't take it, huh? You can't take it either, can you? You just can't take it.
Did get a question. We had a bet earlier about whether the Cardinals or Browns would be the worst team. A fair question from a listener is whether or not the Myles Garrett trade makes either of us more convinced the Browns will be the worst team, which I do think they will be worse. Yes.
Who did I say?
You said the Browns would be the worst. I said it would be the Cardinals. I think now it's much closer. A good question from a listener.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have some time for some more here. Let's stick with Myles Garrett here. Now this is terrifying. Could the Myles Garrett trade coax Aaron Donald out of retirement? Adam Schefter weighed in on that possibility.
So I spoke to the Rams yesterday. I'm like, Aaron Donald. They're like, can't afford him. We're out of money. Don't have any more money left. We're already over budget here. Not going to happen. If Aaron Donald wants to take a bunch of incentives, we'd love to have him, but not practical, not realistic. Another team. I said, wait. They said, are the Rams going to sign Aaron Donald? I said, you tell me. They say you could always find more money. I'm not expecting it. I don't think it will happen. The Rams don't think it will happen, but I don't rule anything out. And I leave that door open. I'm not telling you it's going to happen, but I think it's open.
I mean, Adam Schefter even saying it's open, that there are real whispers, to me is both intriguing and nerve-wracking. I don't know what Aaron Donald looks like immediately in his return to the Rams, but the idea of Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett on a team, especially if Aaron Donald goes, this team can win a Super Bowl. Why would I not come back?
I'll tell you what it looks like right now.
He's a monster.
Aaron Donald looks like a beast. Like he's never left the field.
God.
It's ridiculous. I think he does it. I think
Do you
he
think he
sees
does
an
it week
opportunity. No, I think, you know what, with him, he's one of those guys where you get him like week 6 or something. Week 6, you let him ease into it because he looks good, but you still got to get into football shape with movement and all that good stuff. I think he does it because the Rams are legit Super Bowl favorites. They are. So why not?
Let's get away from this conversation and go to one more here, this one about a former Seahawk. It's almost certain Russell Wilson is done playing, so is he a Hall of Famer? Nick Wright says his resume falls short.
Yes, his career's over. No, he's not a Hall of Famer. He was on a Hall of Fame trajectory, and if Malcolm Butler doesn't pick that ball off, he has the greatest start to a career in the history of the league. Year 1, takes team to divisional round of the playoffs. Year 2, wins the Super Bowl over Peyton Manning. Year 3, wins the Super Bowl over Tom Brady. But Malcolm Butler did pick that ball off. During his career, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Big Ben, Patrick, Josh, Lamar. We're all Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Phillip Rivers, in my opinion, better than Russ. I don't know that Rivers is getting it. Eli has the 2 Super Bowls versus 1, and Eli, I don't think, is getting it. He didn't have as high of a peak as Cam Newton or Matt Ryan, who are not getting it. He's a really good player with a really good career, but not a Hall of Fame player.
You know what, Bump? Nick Wright's really smart and makes a really good take, and I don't even know that I disagree with his take overall that Russ is a borderline Hall of Famer that just falls a little short. I don't even disagree with that. What I will say is I don't like the take that and then it ended with Super Bowl 49. To me, Russ's peak was post 2015.
Yeah.
Which is kind of where you're like, well, in 2017, he was like 98% of the offense. And I know that we all do this thing of like, but he had such a great defense. That was kind of nearing the end of the Legion of Boom era entirely. Like, Russ's best years were pretty good.
If he doesn't have those years, the Seahawks aren't relevant.
No.
Like, they're not. And I think Nick Wright makes some good points. I think that he is, either way you slice it, he's borderline. If he gets in, he's borderline. If he doesn't make it, he's borderline.
Yep.
I think he's good enough to get in. I think he should get in. But if he were not to get in, I would not be appalled or surprised.
This is a good conversation for another day, maybe. Just like solely looking this Hall of Fame case. Because I think what Nick is right about is that with going to CBS, like this playing days are done. So now you kind of do this post-mortem look and figure out what it really meant in the end. All right. The dugout is coming up from 1 to 2. Shannon Drayer is going to join us at 1. So we need your questions for What I Need to Know, which is next. 866-979-3776. Text those questions now.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Drayer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. For 104 years, Wayscar Ford has treated their customers a very special way. They call it the way we do it. At the end of this ad, I'll share what might be the best offer they've ever opened up to customers. But first, it's important to understand the way they do it and why. Again, for 104 years, Wayscar Ford is focused on a low-pressure, family-owned approach serving Auburn, Pierce, and King counties. They aren't just selling cars. They're welcoming people into the family. Stacey here, and I personally felt that. I've driven my new Ford Bronco Sport from Wayscar Ford for over a year. Not only do I absolutely love it, but getting it was exciting and stress-free each time I brought it in because of a minor bump or service. Their team has been friendly and polite. I always leave Wayscar Ford with a smile on my face. And now for the offer. Wayscar Ford is opening up Ford's A-Plan employee pricing to every single customer. It's better than the employee discount. It's the family discount, and it's only at Wayscar Ford in Auburn.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Mariners and Mets tonight at T-Mobile. First pitch at 6:40, 5:30 pregame. Every pitch, every game, one app for free. The Seattle Sports app.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Dugout coming your way from 1 to 2, all Mariners. Shannon Drayer is going to get us started. So we need your questions before we get there. What I need to know is right now, an hour earlier, 866-979-3776. Get those questions in now. Aaron Donald might come back. 3 question marks, says our first listener. Wouldn't that, with the Rams' other additions, make them unstoppable?
Everyone can get got. The undefeated Patriots lost to the Eli Manning Giants, but it will make that defense that much better. And I think that when it comes to the metrics and all that stuff, you know, they'll be in the mix. So, yeah, makes them – no one's unstoppable.
No one's unstoppable.
Donald last played in 2023.
So he's got to have some rest if he does come.
Curtis just called Aaron Donald a bum.
I did.
So
He's
for
weak.
that.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't make him unstoppable. I kind of think of it with people's feelings about the Dodgers, even though the gap between the Dodgers and everyone else, just by virtue of obviously salary cap versus not salary cap, is a little different. But it's that feeling of what if one team is so inevitably good that, like, what's the point? I don't think a single Seahawks fan saw this edition and thought, what's the point? I don't think that that's the case. But I like pointing to the Dodgers because it's like, hey, even this super team with this monster payroll still very nearly lost to the Blue Jays. Still a top 5 payroll. But, like, they so narrowly won that game. Through 7, by the way. That, like, it's anything can happen.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
KG.
We did it.
Or is that Jason Tatum?
We did it. What I need to know, if Cole Young continues on his current path, is he a Gold Glove contender? Yeah.
I keep trying to find love for Cole Young somewhere in
Can't find it?
In MLB world. None. I can find none.
Well, he's not wearing pinstripes.
That's true. I guess if he keeps this up, he's got to be in the mix, though, because this is crazy.
I mean, Curtis, is there a major second baseman that we're missing? That's
last year's AL Gold Glove winner for second base is Marcus Semien, who's now in the National League. In fact, the last 5 AL Gold Glove winners, Andres Jimenez is one with Toronto.
Definitely more in the National.
But it doesn't look like Jimenez is having a very good season.
Passan mentioned Chisholm this morning as, like, maybe. I think he should be a Gold Glover.
Chisholm. I see Chisholm
that's
all the time.
Yeah. But again, he's a Yankee. But yeah, I think to answer it bluntly, yes. If he continues on his current path, he is absolutely a Gold Glove contender. Will he win it? I don't know. But you can't not have him be part of the conversation. 866-979-3776. What is a better stat under Mike Macdonald? The Seahawks' record against AFC teams or Mike Macdonald's record on the road? What's more impressive?
Record on the road.
Record on the road for sure.
Yeah.
He only has 2 road losses.
That's crazy.
Do you remember who they were?
Detroit and Rams. Yeah.
He's only taken 2 flights home. Where it was a little awkward.
And one of those losses, Jared Goff had a perfect game.
Yeah.
He went like 19 for 19.
What I need to know, is it ever okay for a guy to wear shorts and have his shirt tucked in, uniforms notwithstanding?
Yeah, on the golf course at Country
Yeah.
Club. Yeah.
For like a
But out
less
running
casual.
errands?
No.
No. Unless you're 65 plus.
Then of course, yes. Then it's back into like you must do it.
Yeah.
What I need to know, what state has the best food? I have my
Like
answer, but you're not
California
gonna
or
like it.
Texas?
I say Cali.
Yeah.
Whatever has the most options. You have to go Cali, Texas, New York.
Okay, so
maybe?
go for a more off the grid answer. Mine would be, I think Portland's food scene is amazing.
I thought you were going to say Arizona. Just came back from
Arizona's
Arizona.
food, no, I love a chain restaurant, so I liked Arizona. We went to a rainforest cafe. It was incredible.
I haven't been to one of those in 25 years.
It was incredible. I went in the hurricane simulator.
Louisiana, I would say.
Yeah, I was
has
somewhere
some
down south.
Pretty spectacular food.
Yeah.
Are skinny jeans still in style? My teenage daughter says no.
Not for them.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
No.
anymore.
No.
They're
I
baggy
think,
now.
Yeah. I think that the older I get, the more I'm like, I'm going to wear what I want to wear. But no, for like current trends.
See, but you're
for
a
Gen Z.
girl.
Yeah.
Like, you can change up. Like, I'm going to dress this way for the rest of my life.
Well, I've decided I'm going to dress this way for the rest of my life because I grew up when skinny jeans were in style. And now that like baggy clothes are cool for women, I'm like, oh, you guys have just been doing it like this? You guys are just walking around with like breathing room?
But if Bump and I came in here with like Hot Topic pants on,
I would
get
cry
people talking.
laughing.
Yeah. This is it for me.
Yeah.
I'm washed.
Someone said the Chili's in Peoria, Arizona is to die for. You know
You know
what?
the closest Chili's is in Spokane?
No.
There's
What?
no Chili's that's close by.
Not even in the airport.
No. There's
there
no
used
Chili's.
to be one in the airport. They got rid of that, I think.
What? Why? Why did we do away with Chili's?
What?
Yeah, you got to go a long way to get Chili's around here.
Definitely, I think just Seattle being more cramped, maybe. I don't know. Everything is
Hold on, Curtis,
bigger, like the Target's bigger.
There's a Chili's South Indian cuisine.
Okay, I mean.
But we need to go to Chili's. Chili's.
Damn, that's crazy.
Anyone could fall in love in a place like this. We got to take a show trip to Chili's. Matt, you want to go?
I'm sick or busy that day with whatever
Hey,
gets
Matt,
me out
you're
of
being
eating at Chili's.
really annoying to me right now. Stacey, are you mad at the Rams for making the trade on your day off? Yes.
Of course she is.
Of course. 866-979-3776. But I need to know, with Riz in his last year, how much will you miss hearing his voice? And I'm going to combine it with another listener who said, should someone continue the iconic Grand Salami call? If so, who?
Here's the thing with that call. Rabes took over the touchdown Seahawks, right? Because Rose didn't want anyone to highlight the player first. It's the team first, then the player. So Rabes continued that tradition. I think it'd be cool if someone did, but it's got to sound natural. It's got to sound smooth, because it's so natural when he does it.
Yeah, I think yes. I can't add anything more articulate to that, because that's the correct answer. It's just like whatever it is, as long as it sounds natural and feels right. It's okay if it's not the exact same thing. And I am going to miss hearing his voice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we still have interviews with him for obviously the rest of the year, and knock on wood, through a deep playoff run. But yeah, you hear Riz's voice and you just think it's spring and summer and it's baseball time.
Stacey, you were gone.
I thought you were in breaking news right now.
Your
So
birthday.
mad.
No breaking news. But you were gone on your birthday, and we all created something for you. You weren't here, so we couldn't play it until now when you got back. So, Matt, take it away.
I'm jealous anytime anything isn't about me. No, aren't foxes bears? I think women are typically dumb, and I don't think they're funny. Aren't bears outside? Yesternights. Those are the names that are only recently not as heralded that make me feel old. Still to come to wrap up the show. Get your questions in for what I need to know. And I believe that Jets Patriots will give us a game for the ages.
Stacy, drink more water.
Do, 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 no, 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 no.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here, and Cruising Into Summer is back at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and so are some of the biggest acts in entertainment. Bingo Loco taking over Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel on Saturday, May 30th. Think bingo, but with DJs, dance-offs, prizes, and a full-on party vibe. Then Master Mentalist Colin Cloud brings his hit show, Colin Cloud Mastermind, to the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel Ballroom Saturday, June 13th. You won't believe your eyes. Tickets on sale now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Dave Wyman here, and you've heard me talk about a local company for over a year now I really love working with. Harley Exteriors. You can expect a no-pressure consultation. They're great people to work with, and their windows are beautiful. I recently met with them, and I was excited to hear about the many Seattle sports listeners they've worked with. And now, Harley Exteriors has stepped up with a can't-miss offer. Right now, get $450 off each new window, $1,000 off each patio or entry door, 12-month or 18-month, no interest, no payment options, plus $200 off your final project total. If that isn't enough to get you started on a new project, I don't know what is. Schedule a consultation just like I did. Give them a call at 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com.
Minimum purchase of 4 windows required for window discount. Qualifying windows must be 36 by 36 or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other offers outside this promotion. Offer valid through May 31st.
Whatever the heat index, stay cool this summer. Your local Bryant dealer can make sure your system is up to the task. Whether it's maintaining your current system or installing an energy-efficient Bryant Evolution cooling system with Perfect Humidity Plus technology, your dealer will give you what you need to help your family beat the heat. Learn more and schedule an appointment with a factory-authorized dealer today at BryantNorthwest.com. That's BryantNorthwest.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
Kinematics Marine Equipment reminds listeners many boaters take to the water this time of year, and one of the biggest safety barriers is alcohol. The problem is alcohol sends clear-headed thinking overboard. Remember, boating is only pleasurable if you play it safe. Please, on the waterways as on the roadways, don't drink and drive. A message from the entire team at Kinematics Marine Equipment, your nationwide source for marine deck gear in their new location next to the Arlington Airport, or find them online at kinematicsmarine.com.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The Mariners are going for their 8th win in a row, this time in Game 2 against the Mets. Logan Gilbert on the mound. First pitch at 6:40 p.m. Pregame show starts at 5:30 on Seattle Sports. Some breaking Seahawks news this morning. Seattle has inked edge Derek Hall to a 3-year, $42 million extension that keeps him with the Seahawks through 2029.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This is The Dugout, taking you inside your Seattle Mariners.
Swing and a miss, and he got him with a slider.
Presented by Top Fitness.
On the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Swinging a shot over the bag at first, fair ball. The Mariners win it. Here comes Leo Rivas to score. Cal Raleigh with a walk-off single.
Time to grab a seat and talk Mariners baseball in The Dugout.
Mariners insider Shannon Drayer joining us now. Shannon, how's it going?
Going, guys.
It's also going for the Mariners, who have won 7 in a row, going for 8 in a row. This one hopefully coming today, Game 2 against the Mets. But I'm going to start by looking back at this stretch of 7. What's really working right now for this team?
Yeah, I think that you look at what they're doing right now, and it seems like the absolute opposite of what they did on the previous homestand and the first part of the last road trip. It's clicking. You're seeing them hit. You are certainly seeing them pitch. Obviously, the starting pitching has just been lights out, and that always gives you a great chance if somebody can come out and establish early that they're going to be dominant. But then you see what they did with with the hitting. And it's not just the power. They have won games in different ways, although it was fun to see them. They had the most home runs in baseball last week. They hit 16 bombs, which is more than the Dodgers, more than the Yankees. And it was also an area that I think a lot of people pointed to that, yeah, it's good to pass the baton. You definitely want more traffic out there. But this team, over the last few years, the home run ball has been important for it. And so it was good to see it back and from so many different parts of the lineup. But the bullpen looks so much more consistent and settled with the return of Matt Brash and with the return of Gabe Spire. I think you have to be careful with both of them, but you get the feel of where they're going right now. They're getting that extra day of rest with the piggyback, and they'll still get that because when they go to 6, they still are an arm short in the bullpen. That's how you are allowed to have the 6 starters there. And we really haven't seen, and just everybody knock on wood on this one, but we haven't seen the bullpen get fried or they have to reach down to the minors and get somebody in overnight to be there in case innings need to be eaten the next day. And, of course, that goes back to your starting pitching. So when you say what goes right, a lot has been going right. The defense has looked better as well, but it starts with the starting pitching.
Shannon, what do you make of the young guys on the squad? Cole Young, Colt Emerson. You got Young with the walk-off yesterday, Emerson with the bomb. How have you seen them grow throughout the season?
They're on 2 different planes, obviously. Cole Young was up last year, and Colt Emerson just came up and is just getting going at this level, and so far so good. You look at the at-bats, and they're very mature at-bats, plate appearances. He doesn't swing a lot out of the zone. He doesn't go up there. My favorite at-bat, if he is with the Mariners for 20 years, I think his favorite at-bat will be the very first one he took and the very first pitch that he saw. He started to swing for it and checked the swing immediately, and you could just see it on his face. I'm thinking, what the heck am I doing? And he held it up in time, but it was the funniest thing. And I asked him about this the other day, and he laughed. He got sheepish. I said, did you check that swing? Did I see that right? And he thought, he said, yeah. And he said, you grow up and you're thinking the first time I get up to the big leagues and I see that pitch, I'm just going to put the biggest swing on it. And for some reason, just something happened, and lost control for that one split second. And then he got back in the at-bat. And I thought that was fantastic because he has demonstrated really great control and he says, and we see it, that his main thing is he's just got to stay stubborn to his plan. He does that. But for that one little split-second moment, the time that it takes to check a swing and process that, you could see that he got out of himself for that moment, that the moment got to him in his first at-bat. I thought it was one of the coolest things that I've seen out there. And as far as Cole Young goes, man, you look at how far that he has come in a year's time. Development doesn't end when you leave AAA or AA or wherever it is when you come up. It continues at the big league level. To see how he took in everything last year, his successes, his failures, the areas that he needed to improve on the mental side, on the physical side, and quietly went to work on it in the offseason. We didn't hear about any big changes or anything like that. But when we got to spring training, he was the one that immediately stood out, and that was eye-opening. And so to see him be the defensive player that he is right now when it looked like a question mark a year ago, and to remember that he was primarily a shortstop, so this is still somewhat new to him. He's played second in the minors, quite a bit at this point, but I think it also explains why, if he applies himself, the gains that we saw were so extreme, was that he was still kind of learning that, and certainly at the speed and at the pressure of the big league level, and seeing, different velocities hit at him and whatnot on a consistent basis. So for me, I find that very exciting. And you add in, I think the offense is going to be up and down as he figures that out. I think it took Julio the full 4 years to really get to the spot where, okay, I can come out of the gates and be in good shape and improve quickly, as opposed to I'm still finding my way through things. I'm still seeing things I haven't seen. I'm still feeling things I haven't felt up there, as I think that we've seen in the first half of the 3 years previous. I think that Cole Young, in different expectations, different kind of hitter, is taking a nice step there. But you have to allow for, if he does go through a slump, he's going to. And I think even if he does go through a slump, he does provide value for the club with what he brings defensively, and that is significant. We're seeing that in some of the plays that he has been making. They've just been a thrill to watch. They are plays that you wouldn't have imagined that he could make last year, and there are plays that a lot of good second basemen probably couldn't make either.
What's great for what the Mariners are doing now is that they're doing it without Brendan Donovan and Cal Raleigh. I wanted to ask if we got any updates. Obviously, you've been out there, so I know that Cal was up kind of visiting. I don't know if that came with some updates from this past weekend on either of those guys. And then, sorry to hit you with a two-part question, but how does Donovan kind of fit when he's back?
I think Donovan probably will start with the easy one, goes back to third base. We haven't seen any kind of move there. We haven't seen JP working out there very much, and I think part of that is it would be for the very short term. And I think at that point you are moving people around, and perhaps it is, Colt who moves around a little bit more. And I say that only because of the injury that Donovan had, and he can move around, but I don't know if he's going to be able to run around an outfield. He can play left field, but are you going to want him running in the outfield? Are you going to want to be moving him around? So I think it's going to be – I think you're going to see, rather than one moving part, I think you're going to see more moving parts because of that. And maybe that just is, as he gets into it, maybe after a month he feels better about it. And I'm not hearing this from anyone. I'm just going in experience. Or maybe they give him a longer time to get ready where he does feel like, okay, and he has passed all the tests. But with the kind of injury that he had last year and the surgery that he had, from everything we've heard, it sounds like it's something they're going to have to be careful with. So I think where he plays is going to be where it is going to be most beneficial for him. And maybe that means he plays a little bit less, too, if they are having to move around players, to get Colts playing more at that point. It wouldn't be a lot. It would be a little at that point. Maybe there are more DH days. I think that when he comes back, this is going to be a puzzle that maybe is a little bit more complex even than the 6 starters.
Yeah, that's what me and Stacey were talking about, what happens when he gets back. You mentioned Colt moving around. Are you saying him getting reps at short and second?
No, it would probably – well, he could, conceivably. He could still get some third. I mean, maybe it's a little bit more of a job share, and maybe you have to take that split that you had at right field and DH, and maybe you have to do that more, with the infield. Maybe an infielder needs to have one of those spots a little bit more. I think that this is one that time is going to help. I think that there is going to, probably be a need that arises at some point just by the odds of things. I'm not going to say they've been remarkably healthy because they have lost Cal and they have lost Donovan, but that has to remain in the mix too, that could happen as well. So I think it is something that they are really keeping a close eye on, that they are coming up with plans for. But I do think it has the chance to be rather complicated. We're just going to have to wait and see.
I know that they have a softer schedule in June, so maybe it benefits them. But do you think we see either Donovan or Cal before the All-Star break?
I do. Yeah, I do. But I can't really put a date on it because of the nature of both injuries. It's, we're not going to know the obliques. You don't know until they're up in a mound and throwing, or they're in a, not in a cage, but in games and swinging. So it's been good progress so far. It was great to see him catch a bullpen and come out of the bullpen in full gear looking like Cal Raleigh, which was fantastic, but that's not the test. So it's a small test, but that's not the big test. And then with Donovan, it seems to be very by feel. So it's impossible to tell when, but it would seem to me that All-Star break would be pretty long way off. I don't think either are anticipated to be out that long, but things can happen.
Shannon, how impressed are you that this offense has been able to take off without Cal? With the month that Julio's having and everyone else contributing, I think that's what impresses me the most, is that you're not having the contributions from one of the best catchers in the game, yet you're still finding ways to win ball games.
Yeah, I'm going to go hard-nosed on this and say I'm not impressed. I thought this is what they should do. I think, and I'm giving them credit for doing it, because when you lost both players, immediately the question was, who needs to step up? But the stepping up needed to be more of just be who you are, rather than you've got to go above and beyond. And the two that I've seen step up the most, who were two that I thought were critical to stepping up, of course, are Julio Rodriguez, being Julio Rodriguez, and also I like what he is bringing in what I see to be leadership. But I think that he has kind of carried the attitude that they have needed through the hard times. But also Luke Raley, who has just been playing, his best lefty masher and hitting for average as well. So you're getting a lot of the thump that you've been missing from him, which is fantastic. But when they both went down, and when you look at where the division was, you still looked, or at least I looked up and down the lineup card and said, this should be enough. If you do things right, this should be enough. You've got a lot of good players on this team. When you look around the diamond, when you look around the lineup, there just really aren't holes. And then when you replace them, it's still, if everybody is doing their job and nobody's getting too carried away, it's going to be fine. And I think that we have seen even more than that, and that we have seen the explosive games that we have seen from them, but we've also seen the games where it's been passed the baton, which this lineup should be able to do. And I think very importantly, we've seen games quite often where they're able to score in multiple innings. But on the flip side, we've also seen them win the one-run games, or the close ones, or the low-scoring ones as well. Thank you, pitching again. So impressed, I can't say I am. It's what I had hoped to see, and good for them for doing it.
She is Mariners insider Shannon Drayer. Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, Shannon.
You got it, guys.
Is the piggyback approach working? The latest from Jeff Passan next.
The Mariners have done it again!
The M's are on a roll.
They've won 7 in a row!
Bob, I'm about to get turned.
Things are good when you are turned.
Tonight, the M's go for 8 in a row, with Logan Gilbert taking the hill at 6:40. Pre-game at 5:30.
They keep finding various ways to win.
We'll go to extra innings. We'll get that late home run.
Go inside the Mariners' current surge at seattlesports.com.
Well, spring is all about getting ready for summer, isn't it? Hey, Brock Heward here, and working out in your own home, well, it is the best. We've been doing so for years, and you can allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. And right now, get spring special financing with 0% interest for 12 months, plus mention me and receive an $150 credit towards any purchase over $1,000. Spring is here, so go get into Top Fitness with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com for more info.
People can see through if it's not genuine, and it's genuine here. The Johnsons always talk about in orientation meeting, their dad and grandpa, they always maintain that it's a people business. We're not here to sell cars and work on cars. That's what we do, but it's really about just helping people. Every month we have a new employee orientation meeting, and the Johnsons present. They can't get out to all the stores every day and meet everyone, but at least they get to shake hands with new employees every month in the orientation meeting. And they tell everyone there's not one car deal or one repair order that is worth tarnishing our reputation and ruining an experience for a customer. That just is really what is instilled.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Summer is here, and it's already flying by. Want to make it feel longer? A new national survey finds 56% of people say reading makes summer seem to last. For that endless summer vibe, here's Barbara Hagan, VP of Marketing at Thrift Books.
Reading is one of the few things that really makes you slow down. You're in one story, one page at a time, and that kind of single tasking frees your mind. It's a mental exhale.
The key to reading more in a busy summer is to start small with a goal of 3 pages or 10 minutes a day. Attach reading to a routine like morning coffee. Pick books you enjoy and try reading with others. Shared reading communities like book clubs can make a big difference.
That shared motivation, reading together without pressure, inspired our 500 billion page challenge, a nationwide push to read a little more and get your pages in without any judgment.
This summer, slow down and let reading stretch the season. Join the Thrift Books 500 billion page challenge at thriftbooks.com/challenge.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
Back to the dugout on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
The latest from Jeff Passan, who is a guest on Brock and Salk this morning. Let's jump to it. I played this a little earlier, but I want to revisit so we can have our answers as well. And it's the biggest reason for 7 straight wins for the Mariners. Here's what Jeff said.
It's not just 7 straight, but to me, the thing that I've taken away from this run more than anything is that 3 of the last 4 have been by 1 run. And the Mariners had been awful in 1-run games up to that point in the season. So the fact that they're winning close ones, that they're winning blowouts, that they're scoring runs, but more than anything that they're getting just this excellent starting pitching and great pitching altogether, that's the formula for this team. That's how they were supposed to win, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
A great take. Bump, to you, what's the biggest reason for 7 straight wins for the Mariners?
That's a good point. I said it earlier, I think it's the bombs, man. It's them getting back to being the powerful team. I think if I just pull up the lineup from yesterday, Crawford has hit bombs in clutch times or to lead off. Julio, the month of May, 10 of them things. Naylor hit 1 the other day. I don't think Robles has 1 yet. Rosarena more just getting on base and putting baseballs in play. Cole Young has gone deep. Even Rev Snyder against the A's, hit a bomb as well. Ken Zone. I look at just every name in the lineup, and they've contributed something at some time. It'd be nice if they do it every game, but that's not the game of baseball. It just don't happen like that. But, yeah, I think Passan's right. That's one of them, and he's absolutely right. We're used to losing those games, at least this season. In previous seasons, those were the games that we counted on the Mariners winning because we knew it was going to be tight with the arms that you have on the mound and the inconsistency of the bats. You had to win some games like that. But for me, it's the long ball. It's them getting back to that combined with the pitching and winning these tough games. Because yesterday, 2 bombs kept you in the game, right? Who was it yesterday? It was Naylor and Emerson.
Mm-hmm.
2 bombs got you in that game. So we're both right. Because they hit 2 bombs yesterday, and it was a close game yesterday. So, Passan, I'll pat you on the back.
It's the end of the piggyback. But was it working? Did it accomplish what it needed to do? And what's the answer now with that 6-man rotation? Let's start with kind of the end of the piggyback.
The piggyback was pretty awesome on Sunday, was it not? Like, you needed every inning that Luis Castillo had. And Bryce Miller, it was a little painful to take him out because now that they're going to the 6-man, we're going to get a sense of what this Bryce Miller is. And he's been pretty spectacular since he's come back, guys. And knowing that he's been limited to fewer than 6 innings the whole time, he was at 71 pitches, I think, when they yanked him this week. He's going to be able to go up to 90 and 100 within the coming weeks. And if he's as efficient as he's been, we're going to be looking more like 7 or even potentially 8 innings than the 5 he's been throwing.
It was not pretty awesome, Jeff. I guess if you don't have a dog in the race, then it's fine. But I thought it was really stressful. However, now going to the 6-man rotation, Jeff Passan with a little more on that.
But I think they are doing the more sensible thing long term. And maybe we see this in a few weeks and everyone isn't adjusting well to it and you got to figure it out on the fly again. But for now, it seems like the most reasonable thing for this team to be doing. And not just short term, guys. I do think that this potentially could keep arms fresher for October. And when we look at the most successful franchise in Major League Baseball right now, it is unequivocally the Los Angeles Dodgers. They've won 2 consecutive World Series, but even beyond that, year in, year out, they are atop the National League West. And how do they play things? They do it with, we're going to prioritize and focus on what's going on right now, but we're not going to lose sight of what could be going on in October.
Okay, so look, statistically, the piggyback did work, but it's much more sensible to just go with the 6-man rotation now. Bump, I'm sure you and Curtis talked about it quite a bit when the decision was actually made, but do you agree with Jeff that, even though it's not super popular, it does save you arms when it works?
We were listening to, I think it was Bryce who said it, and it was like, look, we understand that last year you went to a situation where your arms weren't all healthy. And when you get into that postseason, side note, love that he's talking about postseason. This is their mentality. We're going to the postseason. You get into the postseason, You want all your guys as healthy as possible. So the 6-man rotation really cuts down on it. And also, we talked about the fact that they had like 15 games in the next 16 days or something like that, or something's close, like 14 and 15, something like that at the time. And what that does, it gives your arms like another day to rest. So it's about longevity. So I think the 6-man rotation is the way to go. We'll see how long this thing goes. But you only get to a 6-man rotation if you're forced to get there. What does that mean? That means that the guys who are piggybacking made you do it because of their performance.
A little bit more on Castillo. He mentioned Sunday, final piggyback, but being kind of a fun experience for him at least, and felt like Castillo looked more like a reliever. Could the Mariners start turning to young potential starters in those efforts?
It was almost like this time around he embraced this idea that you have a finite amount of time on the mound. Like, let's go out and let's exhaust you in a shorter span of innings. And the stuff absolutely ticked up. Like his average fastball, which has been 95 and change for most of the season, high 95s, and it was mid 95s his previous start, was closer to 97 this time around. And knowing that Luis Castillo in a short stint could come in and potentially pump 100, I understand velocity is not everything, but over a smaller period of time, I think the chances of effectiveness for him in that role long term are going to be pretty good. And what does Cade Anderson look like? Is he a multi-inning guy? Is he just going to be a one-inning guy to come in and get strikeouts? And how does Ryan Sloan fit into that? Like, the Mariners just have options.
I thought that was really interesting. It's like if you want to incorporate those options, you're already at a 6-man rotation. Yeah. Like you are already at capacity. But what if you incorporate those options by deciding to use Sloan or Anderson in relief too?
Why not have options? Why not be deep? Because we were spoiled a couple of years ago with no one in the rotation getting hurt. And I think it kind of influenced the way or the decision-making of the guys upstairs. I don't know for sure. That's just the feeling that I got, right, is that, all right, well, the sense of urgency isn't there anymore. So with additions there, I want additions everywhere, but, not everywhere. When it comes to arms, I want additions. On the field, I think we're good. Donovan isn't going to be enough, and then we'll go from there, and we'll see what they do at the trade deadline. But, yeah, depth is never a bad thing. I'm with it.
We have spent most of this segment talking about Jeff's latest on the rotation, on the piggyback, on pitching, which makes sense. Has kind of dominated so much of the conversation about the Mariners. However, let's talk about the bats and one bat in particular. He had a home run yesterday. Youngest player on this team, one of the youngest in the league, Colt Emerson. Jeff Passan was asked how much longer until we see teams start to adjust.
That's happening right now because I think that teams and opponents are seeing that Colt Emerson is not overwhelmed at this point. He will strike out a fair bit, and the strikeout rate has jumped considerably compared to where he's been in past minor league seasons, but he's still taking his walks. And, Mike, you've talked about the quality of at-bats that Colt Emerson will take, and teams see that immediately. So they need to go hunting for those those dark blue zones, so to speak, to where when he swings, the outcome just is not quite the same. They need to find those weaknesses, and they will, and they'll adjust to him, and he'll understand what they're doing and work on it, and he'll adjust back. I think at the end, the winner of that battle is going to be Colt Emerson.
Mike's question wasn't included in this, but you can hear the when Jeff's talking about his approach, and he's right. Colt has such a mature approach to the plate. I mean, even when he first debuted, me, you, and Curtis were all texting each other going, these ABs are some of the best ABs on the day.
Yeah, very mature, very calm. Shannon talked about him checking a swing, just being super excited, being able to stop yourself from letting the adrenaline take over. I think that's the biggest thing that I see from that young man.
Yeah, we had Goldsmith on yesterday with us, and he had mentioned an at-bat that Colt had late in the game Sunday where it was a spot where, like, if he gets a hit, he's the hero of the game, and, it's a big moment for a young player. But Colt never forced it and just took a walk, passed the baton to the next guy, and then, sure enough, the Mariners were able to eventually come away with the victory. He was very impressed by just kind of the steadiness that Colt showed in that spot.
It's just cool to hear it translate to what you see in play, because there are plenty of guys in all leagues where you'll be like, oh, nicest guy, really mature, you'll hear good things, and then they run into like the typical problems you're going to have with anyone. But like, you heard about Colt before he even got to the league. You would never know this guy's this young. You would never think he's this young.
Yeah.
He just comes off like a veteran, and you're
Until
like,
you
okay,
look at
that's
him.
cool. Yeah, until you look at him, and then he looks at you. But you're like, oh yeah, that's cool, but like, all right, he's still going to struggle. It's baseball.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been blown away by how patient and smart he's been.
For sure.
It's crazy to see. All right, so again, looking for win number 8 in a row. This one is going to be game 2 against the Mets. Logan Gilbert on the mound. We are not done. 2 more interviews to go in the dugout, talking all Mariners 1-2. Coming up at 1:45, Mariners stats and info, Alex Mayer. Before we get to that, coming up next, Mariners analyst Ryan Rowland-Smith.
The Mariners have done it again!
The M's are on a roll.
They've won 7 in a row!
Bob, I'm about to get turned. Things are good when you are turned.
Tonight, the M's go for 8 in a row, with Logan Gilbert taking the hill at 6:40. Pregame at 5:30.
They keep finding various ways to win.
We'll go to extra innings. We'll get that late home run.
Go inside the Mariners' current surge at seattlesports.com.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. And if you've been dreaming of that new deck, you got to get a hold of PCF. Call them before the great weather arrives and their schedule gets totally filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, how about this? Get 50% off demolition costs up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we love it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, and construction can take a little time, so get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and look at all the offer details at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place. With People Come First.
Summer is here, and it's time to break through your weight loss frustrations. Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss, and we have a proven system that can help you lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 8 weeks. Whether you need a nutrition plan to complement your GLP injections, or you're like many of our clients who don't want to worry about ongoing monthly costs, giving yourself shots, or uncomfortable side effects. Either way, our program provides the support, accountability, and structured nutrition plan so you can achieve your results for the long term. Schedule your free phone consult at eastsideweightlossklinik.com.
Look, this plan does work. It's Mike Salk here, and I used Eastside Weight Loss Clinic to lose 35 pounds. Just recently, I heard about one of our listeners who lost 40 pounds. How about that? The plan will teach you lifelong habits to continue eating the food you love while losing weight.
We've helped over 4,000 people lose 20 to 30 pounds or more in just 8 weeks. Come to our clinic in Kirkland or do the program remotely from anywhere you live. Schedule your free phone consultation online at eastsideweightlossklinik.com.
Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Whatever the heat index, stay cool this summer. Ask your Bryant dealer to maintain your current system or install an energy-efficient Evolution system. Learn more and schedule an appointment with a factory-authorized dealer today at BryantNorthwest.com. Whatever it takes.
Olympic Hot Tub has terrific ways to achieve total wellness at home. Saltwater hot tubs, swim spas, saunas, and cold plunges, all waiting for you. See our current specials with exciting savings at olympichottub.com. Better you, better life.
Big Nation Station reminds parents the fatal crash rate for teens peaks at age 19, and we lose nearly 8 kids every day. Make a family agreement to never drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, text behind the wheel, or ride with anyone who is. Always designate a sober driver, call a parent or rideshare, and let's bring our children home safely. Best wishes to all our kids from the entire team at Big Nation Station. We've got a complete stock of beverages, snacks, hot food, and more, and wish all our kids a safe and successful future.
Pump up the volume. Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/groundadvantage to learn more.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
Going inside your Seattle Mariners. Back to more of The Dugout on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Ryan Rowland-Smith joining us right now for The Dugout. And Ryan, when you win 7 games in a row, there's always a lot to like. But what to you has been the most impressive thing about this stretch of play from Seattle?
I think just the consistency of the starting pitching is the big standout for me. I just think because I've told you guys this, pretty much every week. The offense. You're not going to live and die from the offense, right? That could be mid-range, but if you have the pitching that is capable of doing what it's doing at the moment, starting pitching, then you're going to win a ton of games. And you're going to stay in a ton of games as well. So, number one, there's a lot to like, obviously, but number one, I'm just if you're going into Seattle, if you're the Mets, and you're doing your scouting reports and you're doing your prep. And you're coming off some, nice little run, which is what they were, I think, 3 or 4 straight games or whatever it was, with Juan Soto and some other bats in that lineup and whatever. And you look at this and go, hang on, okay, so who we got game 1? Okay, we've got Emerson Hancock. All right, he's got a 2.75. Okay, hold on, I don't think I've faced him that much. Oh, who we got night 2? Oh, Logan Gilbert. Oh, okay, well, we know who he is, former All-Star. Okay, who we got game? It's relentless. And doing what they're doing right now, man, it just makes such a difference. And I think that's going to be their mothership to get into deep into the postseason. And that's been the thing that, to me, I'm not saying I was expecting this, but they're pitching up to their expectation, and it's been fun. And a lot of good things happen when you have that base.
Ryan, I nerded out yesterday during the game. I wanted to text you, but you're working. So I was like, I'm going to leave Ryan alone.
Oh, dude, text me anytime. You joking?
I was just fascinated with just Hancock. He added the sweeper this year. And I even I'm on YouTube looking at how to throw a sweeper. I got a tennis ball in my hand trying to feel it and looking at the movement and all that good stuff. And I'm like, well, if he added this pitch and he's used to having Cal Raleigh back there to kind of set up every pitch or whatnot. Yesterday was Haniger, so I would assume Haniger knows, just the feel or whatnot. Just explain to me what that pitch does to a batter and how he sets it up or uses that to set up other pitches.
First of all, I want to correct you, Bump. You're talking about Mitch Garver behind the plate.
Mitch, yeah. What'd I say?
Yeah, you said Mitch Haniger.
Sorry.
Just so many Mitches.
Yeah, we love Mitch.
Love you, Mitch.
I get it. No, dude, hey, it's a great question. And the thing is with Emerson Hancock, where do I start with him, man? First of all, I will say this. The one thing Emerson Hancock needs to do is he needs to learn how to take a compliment, man. He's a force field of just deflecting any kind of praise in a post-game interview. It's the worst. I'm like, dude, be a little bit more cocky, would you? Just say, yeah, I'm a stud. Let's just get beyond the, oh, yeah, Mitch Garver, give all the credit to him. I'm like, let's go, dude. You are an absolute stud. So back to the sweeper. Look, that was a pitch he had last year. And when you're messing around and trying to figure out that arm slot, which he did this year, and he's 13 degrees, it's lower. It's basically the same arm slot he's always had with his changeup. And so you have that. You kick off a couple different grips, and you get, call it in the lab or in a bullpen session. And he said he's just back at home, very low tech. He's just trying to get a good feel for it. And you get something. This is pre-last year. And then what happened? You lose it because you're trying to figure out the release point of it. And there's been times this year, and it's gotten less and less, but times this year where he loses that release and that consistency when he's letting go of that pitch, right? So you're walking around your house with a tennis ball trying to get the grip and get the feel for it and everything else. A sweeper is a really difficult pitch to throw. People don't realize because you have to get on the side of the ball. Naturally, any pitch you throw where your fingers and your hands on top of the ball, it's much easier to make it move, B, control, and C, have arm speed with it. So he's throwing this sweeper, and it's a pitch that you have to get kind of on the side of the ball, and you have to go full speed, and you can't spin off of that pitch. And so last year he was spinning off at a ton. It was just a cement mixer in the middle of the plate, and he's like, you know what, back pocket, I have not got the time because I'm auditioning to try and stay in this rotation, which he didn't. He got bumped, and he goes, I'm just going back to the old generic typical slider I had in college. And so this year, he's been able to, and there's been little lapses. I don't know if anyone pays attention, but he sometimes fires a sweeper off the backstop. Like he misses it by 10 feet. And that's just calibration, right, when he's trying to get that release point. And so watching him doing what he's doing this year with his brand new arm slot, 100% of the time that low, and being able to stay side of the ball and stay through that pitch and just watching the movement on that bad boy. Then last night he starts breaking out. It's pretty much the same pitch, but with a little bit more depth, and you call it a curveball. And I'm sitting there going, man, like, it's wild. So he's on another level. But I will say this, man, and I say this all the time. He, in 23, 24, 25, he was that extra guy labeled as, hey, fill in a spot when we have an injury. Worst place to be. Bump, I'm sure you may potentially had that at some point in your career. Man, trust me, I did too. Sucks. And you sit there and you're trying to say the right things because you want to be a team guy, and you say, yeah, hey, whatever they need. Like, I'm just trying to give this team a chance to win, every cliche. I can tell you right now, man, like, I've tried to get out of him and just try and say, look, no, you want to be the dude. And you know what? If you're going to have an injury, I love these guys in the rotation, they're all my buddies. I'm taking your spot. I am literally taking your spot. He pretty much has done that. It's wild, man. It's so cool to watch. And I just appreciate when guys get put in this situation where they get labeled, where they're an extra guy. There are 4A guys, they call them, the guys who can just fill a spot. And then all of a sudden they break through and just shove. And they're literally the best starting pitcher in one of the best rotations in the game. Love it, man. Such a great story. So super happy for Emerson Hancock, but he's got to learn to take a compliment, take it in and say, yeah, I'm really good for once.
I talk about another Emerson, Colt Emerson, who has had a spectacular start, obviously. And I think the conversation, I heard Brock and Salk having it this morning, the conversation will inevitably start to become, okay, how does the league respond and then how does he adjust, right? This is that constant back and forth you end up happening. And you saw this last year and you talked about it with us when you were watching Colt and kind of, Cole, how he was responding to how the league was adjusting. From the point of view of a pitcher, a pitching staff, an opposing team, what do you start to look for if there's a young guy like Cole Emerson who's just absolutely spectacular right now?
Yeah, you first of all, you're trying to see, the low-hanging fruit is, all right, left on left. Okay, you start with that. What side of the plate, right? So, like, can he keep hands inside on plus velocity or any kind of movement with a heater on the inside part of the plate? Then you start looking, all right, how much can I expand, right? Like, so, for example, Josh Naylor, left on left, classic example. Expanding, in other words, throwing a breaking pitch away left on left. You can't do that to Josh Naylor. A, he's either taking it, or B, his plate coverage is ridiculous, man. He gets a pitch away from him, and he hit that ball into right field. And it's like, okay, if you're a lefty facing a Josh Naylor, it's like, it just eliminates so much. Juan Soto does the same thing, but Juan Soto drives that ball to left field like he's pulling it. It's crazy. And so with Colt, the first thing you look at, okay, how much can I expand? How much miss am I going to get away from the plate, right? And then on top of that, all right, plus velocity from a righty. And then you noticed early on, he had a couple dudes with plus changeups trying to get him with a changeup. And so you start with like kind of a blank canvas if you're going to try and adjust to a hitter, and then you go from there and figure out some weak points, right? You mentioned Cole Young, same thing, right? Cole Young, it was the same deal with him. Now, the one thing with Colt Emerson I've noticed is when he's in hitters counts, man, the swing speed, the contact, and everything else is ridiculous, like really good, like in hitters counts, which you're like, well, he's in hitters counts. Like, okay. When he's in pitchers counts, man, it's a bit of a struggle. Like he has hit a home run. The first time one he hit was with 2 strikes, so that was a battle, right? So it got to a 2-2 count. You'd seen about 5 or 6 pitches. But when he gets down in the count quickly, it's a little exposed. Like the swing quality is not quite the same with Colt Emerson. Now that'll correct itself, but the one adjustment he's going to have to make as you get on the road, this road trip, and then come back and all of a sudden you get to that 50, 60 plate appearance and mark or whatever. What can he do with 2 strikes? How can he make it very tough to put him away? That's kind of the next step for Colt Emerson. Hasn't quite gotten there yet, but he will. And I think that's kind of the next step. That's kind of that staying power. You mentioned Cole Young. Dom Canzone, another classic example, right? Dom Canzone was that dude. Get to 2 strikes, it's over. Now, and then going back to end of last year. you get to 2 strikes, man, he came up with an approach or some sort of, some sort of, call it approach or consistency or some sort of belief. It's like, okay, you're going to try and, I'm going to guess right here, and you're not going to put me away. And so I think that's the next step for Cole Emerson. But you'll see, he's so talented, man. Like, he's got such a nice swing. He's so talented. He's got such good plate discipline. He will be fine in that regard.
Hey, defensively, Cole Young has been really impressive. And when I try to look up, the best defensive second baseman in the game, I hardly see his name mentioned in the mix. Is it just because he's young? He's got more to prove? Young. Like, what are you seeing there?
Yeah, just because he's young, right? Now, luckily, there's some defensive metrics, which they're not perfect, but defensive metrics helps that, right? Because you go back, 10 years, especially when you talk about, big Gold Glove or whatever, you're like, hold on a minute, this other shortstop's way better, covers way more ground, he's got way more feet to left and right, or gets way more tougher outs, as Perry Hill would say, outside the box, yet you're grading him lower than whoever. It's changed a little bit now, but I just think that the baseball world outside of Seattle just doesn't quite know of Cole Young just yet. Now, they can glance up and look at a batting average, or they can look at home runs or whatever, right? They'll go a little deeper on that offensively. But from a defensive standpoint, they will figure it out, because it's amazing, man. You go back, we talked about him last year offensively, but defensively, and I've asked him this because he sat down with me, and we talked about, he gets to the big leagues, and I'm sure Cole Emerson's gone through this too. You get from AA, AAA, where it's, all right, go out and play every day and try and get yourself to the big leagues. It's so individual, it's ridiculous, right? You're competing against guys on your team. You get to the big leagues, it's like, okay, now you're a part of this thing where we have to win games. If we win games, we're all good. So, by the way, here's all these pages and data points and everything about how we want you to defend 9 dudes in a lineup that you've never faced before. And so he was really sort of, in my opinion, walking on eggshells. He didn't want to screw up. This year, he's so much freer. He's like, you know what? I'm just going to trust my own physical ability to get left and right. And it's so impressive, man. With Cole Young, biggest surprise has been the defense. It's unreal. And just the instinctual aspect, too. The play he made last night, guys, the runners come cut in front of him. The first thought you have is, okay, clear some space so you can get a visual on that ball and make sure you get an out. That's the priority. Keep the ball in front of you, get an out. It's like Shannon said this on the postgame last night, and she made a great point. You could, if you used AI to take that runner out of there, it would look like he was just making the regular play. It's like the runner didn't even phase him at all. He was still able to make the play like he would if the runner was even there, place the tag, and then just a nice quick little throw to first base. And you look at it and go, you make it look easy. It's not easy, man, because you're trying to clear some space, like I said, get that out first, and make sure you get one out in that play. And he just turned a quick double play, man. He's been really, really impressive for sure. He'll get the credit soon enough.
He is Mariners analyst Ryan Rowland-Smith. Coming up next, Alex Mayer joins us for the Dugout.
The Mariners have done it again!
The M's are on a roll.
They've won 7 in a row!
Bob, I'm about to get turned. Things are good when you are turned.
Tonight, the M's go for 8 in a row, with Logan Gilbert taking the hill at 6:40. Pregame at 5:30.
They keep finding various ways to win.
We'll go to extra innings. We'll get that late home run.
Go inside the Mariners' current surge at seattlesports.com.
Well, spring is all about getting ready for summer, isn't it? Hey, Brock Heward here, and working out in your own home, well, it is the best. We've been doing so for years, and you can allow Top Fitness to create your own home gym. And right now, get spring special financing with 0% interest for 12 months, plus mention me and receive an $150 credit towards any purchase over $1,000. Spring is here, so go get into Top Fitness with locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or simply visit topfitness.com for more info.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Your property is almost perfect, if it wasn't for that troublesome tree or stump. Stop looking at it and mowing around it. P&D Tree Service will remove it for you. If it's 1 tree or 15 trees, a small yard, or land clearing, P&D Tree will do it safely and quickly, turning multi-day jobs into a few hours, saving you time and money. They'll clear trees and stumps away from homes, leaving a clean yard to enjoy. They specialize in large tree removal. Ever seen a tree removed by crane? PNDTreeService.com.
Dave Wyman here, and you've heard me talk about a local company for over a year now I really love working with, Harley Exteriors. You can expect a no-pressure consultation. They're great people to work with, and their windows are beautiful. I recently met with them, and I was excited to hear about the many Seattle sports listeners they've worked with. And now Harley Exteriors has stepped up with a can't-miss offer. Right now, get $450 off each new window, $1,000 off each patio or entry door, 12-month or 18-month no interest, no payment options, plus $200 off your final project total. If that isn't enough to get you started on a new project, I don't know what is. Schedule a consultation just like I did. Give them a call at 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com.
Minimum purchase of 4 windows required for window discount. Qualifying windows must be 36 by 36 or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other offers outside this promotion. Offer valid through May 31st.
Guys, I'll never forget the first time I saw somebody get results at our clinic. He was an 81-year-old man who hadn't been intimate with his wife in over 8 years. Viagra had stopped working for him, and he was desperate for help. After several treatments, he walked into my office and told me he couldn't believe the results. Needless to say, this was a very happy man. This man made me a believer in what we do. He had taken pills for years, but he had never fixed the problem. When he came to us, we fixed the problem. Our treatment does what no pill can do. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. Change your life today, like the thousands of men who already have.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Back to the dugout on the home of the Mariners, Seattle Sports.
Joined now by Alex Mayer of Mariners Stats and Information. Alex, how's it going?
I'm great, Stacy. How are you guys?
Fantastic, obviously, with a 7-game win streak, hoping to make it 8 today. What stood out to you? It's a question we've been able to ask all of our guests, and it's really cool that we have several different answers.
Yeah, I feel like what hasn't stood out during this winning streak that has reached 7 games, hope it continues tonight, but I feel like the Mariners are just playing super complete baseball right now. I mean, you look at the team pitching, the ERA is under 2, the opponent batting average is under 200, strikeout to walk ratio is 60 to 15 right now, so really just clicking on all cylinders. I think the starting and the relief pitching has been really good, and it's been a lot of fun to see. And then on the offensive side, just really complete baseball. You've seen home runs, you've seen stolen bases, up and down the lineup. I think it starts with Julio, starts with Luke Raley. Josh Naylor has been awesome on the base paths as well as in the batter's box, and so is Randy Arozarena. And then really the spark that Colt Emerson's provided since he's come up has just kind of been a perfect mixture for this great run the Mariners have been on.
Alex, I ride for my family. So if my nephew Julio does not get Player of the Month, who else? Who's gonna get it? Who's he running with?
Bump, I was breaking down the numbers. I think Kurtz over in Sacramento, we just saw him. We just ended his 48-game on-base streak. He tied Mark McGwire for longest in franchise history, but we halted him right there. So I think it's probably between Julio and Kurtz. Kurtz was an on-base machine, obviously, but I look at what Julio did in May. He hit 10 home runs, more than any other American leaguer, led the month in extra base hits with 17, and then total bases with 69. And the last two Mariners to have that many total bases in a month, both won Player of the Month that month. And that was Cal last June. We all remember that crazy home run month he had. And then it was actually Julio himself during that August of 2023 when he broke the record for most hits in a 4-game span and just went off. So I think Kurtz is probably his stiffest competition, but Julio's numbers are up there with the best of them, and I hope he wins.
I think what's really cool, too, is it's like this isn't even the best of Julio. We've just kind of started all of his seasons going, oh, well, wait until you see July Julio. Like post-All-Star break Julio is just like an absolute monster. But that Julio's still there. Like there's no reason he can't even continue to improve from this, right?
Totally. I think you look at his OPS plus, you look at some of all the advanced metrics, and he's much higher than he usually is at the start of June. So to your point, Stace, I think if he puts it all together for 6 months rather than 3 or 4 like he's done in some seasons, we could be looking at an MVP season. I mean, the guy is so immensely talented that he's practically stumbled into 30 seasons and all-star berths. He's made the all-star game 3 out of his first 4 years, and I anticipate he'll make it 4 out of 5 this year as the ballot launches tomorrow morning, actually. So, yeah, I mean, a full season of this Julio is really, really exciting.
It seems like they have a knack for the walk-off, Alex. This is just what they do. I see the gum being thrown everywhere, the water being splashed on the players. If they were to do it today, that'd be 3 in a row, right?
Yeah, so the Mariners haven't had a walk-off win in 3 consecutive games since 2002. It was September 16th, 17th, and 18th, 2002 against the Rangers, obviously here at T-Mobile Park, that's Safeco Field. So while the Mariners are kings of the walk-off, they're tied for most in the big leagues with the Cubs this year with 6. If they make it 3 in a row tonight, which I'm all for, it'd be the first time in 24 years that's happened. So let's do it.
Stacy was just 3 years old when that happened.
I was not even born. I wanted to ask a question that Bump has asked a few folks, and obviously Brock and Salk were having the conversation, but with Cole Young's defense, he's just absolutely exceptional. Bump and I were trying to figure out, because we got a listener question, okay, if Cole Young isn't a favorite to be a Gold Glover in the American League, then who is? Like, because we were trying to answer that question ourselves, because we didn't want to have our hearts broken if he didn't get it. But
sure.
But Alex, I'm having a hard time thinking of like who else is really making noise. I mean, who's Cole's competition right now, and what kind of chance does he have to further cement his case for that as the year goes on?
Yeah, that's a good one. I think with the Rawlings Gold Glove, I think probably more than any other award, I think reputation and being a popular player is kind of a big deal by the end of the year because the coaches vote for it and they'll get their ballots. I mean, we've seen it with our Mariners coaches, and it's easy to pick the most well-known name, but the guy is practically a daily highlight film. He's appeared in all 61 of the Mariners games, and he makes the really flashy play, but he doesn't just make the flashy plays. It feels like he makes all the routine plays in addition to them. So if Cole's not a Gold Glover, I don't know who is. But I think to answer your question more directly, some bigger names at second base in the AL he could be competing with, whether they're star defenders or not, would be Jazz Chisholm with the Yankees and then Ernie Clement with the Blue Jays. That's just off the top of my head. I'm sure there's some other guys out there, but I know those are two of the second basemen who Cole will have the stiffest competition with when it comes to all-star voting, too, because I think he's right up there with the best second baseman in the AL. So we'll see. Obviously, we're only about a third of the way through the season, so hopefully Cole's public profile just keeps going up and up. But I'm totally with you. I think he deserves it as much as anyone.
Fingers crossed on that and another walk-off, just because I think it would be a very cool stat to have as a Mayor game winning stat. He is Alex Mayer of Mariners Stats and Information. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Bump. Thanks, Stacy.
And thank you to all of our guests today. Mariners insider Shannon Drayer joining us at 1. Go listen to our Forward the Bump and Stacy podcast for some updates from Shannon there. Rowland-Smith joining us at 1:30. And, of course, Alex, kind enough to join us. This has been The Dugout, all Mariners 1-2 every Tuesday. Wyman and Bob coming up next.
The Mariners have done it again!
The M's are on a roll.
They've won 7 in a row!
Bob, I'm a about to get turned. Things are good when you are turned.
Tonight, the M's go for 8 in a row, with Logan Gilbert taking the hill at 6:40. Pregame at 5:30.
They keep finding various ways to win.
We'll go to extra innings. We'll get that late home run.
Go inside the Mariners' current surge at seattlesports.com.
My first car sale was from Michigan. I get this lead. This guy had been looking for this very specific truck across the whole U.S., and he's concerned about rust. And I'm like, why don't we FaceTime? I will crawl beneath the truck. I literally was on my back beneath this vehicle, showing him all the welds that he wanted to see. He agreed, put down a deposit, held the truck, flew out that night from Michigan. I picked him up at the airport. He had his cashier's check. We went through everything, and that was my first car sale. So here's the catch. If you're willing to put a limit on what you're willing to do to be a good person, to help somebody out, or to help in the community, then that limit exists. So you don't. You just do what it takes to be the type of person you want to be and to help people like you hope that they would help you. And it doesn't matter. You just do what it takes.
The Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Spring is here, Seattle, and now is the smartest time to replace your roof. Trust your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing, a local, family-owned company that knows how to roof in Washington weather year-round. Schedule your free estimate today at 3treeroofing.com to take advantage of spring pricing, shorter wait times, and get $500 off your new roof before the summer rush hits. Our experts come to you, build a clear plan, and give you an estimate that same day. No surprises and no high-pressure sales tactics. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Summer is here, and it's already flying by. Want to make it feel longer? A new national survey finds 56% of people say reading makes summer seem to last. For that endless summer vibe, here's Barbara Hagan, VP of Marketing at Thrift Books.
Reading is one of the few things that really makes you slow down. You're in one story, one page at a time, and that kind of single tasking frees your mind. It's a mental exhale.
The key to reading more in a busy summer is to start small with a goal of 3 pages or 10 minutes a day. Attach reading to a routine like morning coffee. Pick books you enjoy and try reading with others. Shared reading communities like book clubs